All right, let's go ahead and push through. We're probably going to be jumping in at around the 5 or 10 minute marker for safe start, so I'll quickly go through things here. My bad for starting a little late. I got tied up with a few other things. No pun intended. But I just had a little bit of some scheduling concerns here, but nonetheless. Alright, cool. TFAR plugin is off, and I am ready to go. So, this is Friday Night Fights, the EU branch. We are going to be covering both EU and NA tonight, and then afterwards we'll be playing some DayZ. Looks like everything is calibrated stream side, so we should be A-okay for this one. We are sitting at, to quickly check the team speak, about 80 players for Friday Night Fights today. We'll see how all of that goes, but otherwise it is going to be, for our first round, Blue 4 versus Green 4. So let me go ahead and put the prediction up for you guys, because I know you guys like to place your bets. So give me 1 second. 1 EU. Blue 4 is attacking. And Green 4 is defending. We'll set that for 10 minutes. All right, going over the round here. Blue 4. Actually, no, we got the mission right up here. No, we don't. There is no mission right up. It's just a mission as is. All right, let's rock it. 2 caches to destroy. We'll get on that later. Otherwise, no magnified optics nor NVG equipment. Max view distance is over a click and a half at 1,600 meters. Good God. And the defender 4 to 5 points are up to 175. That's 50 more than the default, usually at 125. Medium anti-tank settings for both sides are going to be 2. No. Blue 4, as the attackers get 2 AT rounds per, the defenders get 3 AT rounds per, which makes sense because Blue 4 has SOCOM VIX to work with, and Green 4 only has static turrets. Otherwise, Blue 4's uniforms are going to be the Ranger multicam, so basic US Blue 4 kits here. Weaponry is going to reflect that. Mark 18, some with SOP mod stocks, some are regular. Glock 17 as the secondary, and M249 200 round 5.56 light machine gun. As the LMG, the M240 Golf is going to be the medium machine gun for the auto rifleman and the machine gunner slots, respectively. M136, which is a single shot disposable AT launcher, going to be for the light anti-tank, stands for LAT. Sniper in the recon team gets a choice in M10 2010. Bolt action 308. I don't remember if it's 308 or 338. It's one of the two, but both, high caliber. To work with as a sniper, and then the 2 suppress shooters get a choice between the Mark 14 or the SOCOM 16, both 20-round 7.62x51 NATO battle rifles that get suppressed. Crew and aviation get a choice of either submachine gun MP7 or a Mark 18 Mod 1 with a short barrel. Nothing in crew serve weapons. Their assets are going to be 2 GMV Humvees. These are basically M2s with 2 additional 240s, one for the top gun, one for a rear gunner. So 2 guns can be fired at the same time. Great 360 coverage with it, and it can carry 11 people, but some of them have to be on the sides, on the outside, and they don't really get a lot of cover at that point, so it can get a little messy for them. And then they have an MH6 Little Bird, which is meant to be a transport. Beyond that, they can ferry a squad or recon or something with it, or they can air back, but we'll take a look at the AO soon. Nothing on OPT4, by the way, because we don't have it under uniform. Loadout for the marksman in every squad is probably going to be a Mark 11, which is also a 20-round battle rifle with the marksman scope, but it's more designed as a marksman style weapon, but I digress. Uniforms are going to be, for Green 4, Rebel French Lizard camouflage, so, your pith helmets and all your Chicom vests and all that fun stuff. I'd imagine their marksman rifles either going to be a Mark 14 or an SVD, but we'll take a look at that in a second, based off of the fact that it's AKs. Oh no, they got M14s under recon too. I'm actually going to have to look over at their AO. We'll confirm it when we do unit breakdowns. Otherwise, going back to Green 4 here, loadout's going to be mainly AK-74s, both the rifle and the submachine gun version. 74s being 5.45 caliber, so it's going to be a 5.45 be 5.56 caliber. Very, very similar in those rifle cartridges, so we'll just have to see how things go. They got the TT-33 as a secondary. Glock 17, in my opinion, is better, but, I mean, secondaries and FNF suck. Like, regardless of what they are, they fucking suck. I would just say reload the fucking mag unless you get lucky with a headshot, which sometimes happens. Otherwise, PKM and an FN mag, both of those are big calibers. The PKM has 100 rounds of 7.62x54 R. Actually, is it rimless? Might be rimless, or rimmed. I forget what the R stands for. It's something to do with the rim of the cartridge, but big caliber there. And then the FN mag, which fires 7.62x51 NATO. So both of those are medium machine guns, but based off of how it's ordered, the light machine gunners are going to get the medium machine gun there, and the machine gunner is going to leave medium machine gun there. So auto rifleman, and I guess it's just mag size, but that's a lot of firepower for the French guys. Single shot disposable weapon is going to be the RBR-M80, which, years ago used to be a piece of shit, but they actually buffed it in RHS, so now it actually can take out armored targets, which is nice, for what a single shot disposable 18 launcher should be able to take out at the very least. Sniper gets an M24, single shot bolt action 7.62 by 51, also known as 308. And then the suppressed shooters either get an integrally suppressed grease gun, which is the M3A1, SD, which suppressed something. I forgot what the D stands for. Well, actually, we know what the D stands for, but... Oh, and then a Mark 14 as well for that suppressed shooter, which, also 20 round 7.62 by 51 battle rifle. And then the crew and aviation. See, it's not the best choice in the world, all right? It's either the U model or the UN model for the AKS. Sometimes... Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. It's a slight textural difference if you see that there's a little bit of an opening right there between the upper receiver and the barrel, whereas this one, it's kind of closed off, but otherwise they're very, very similar to the same weapons. Otherwise, nothing on crew served weapons for them. They get a sit-down 50 cal static, which technically it's 12.7, but, it's very, very close. They again have the standing version, which is the Cord 6U16 version, and then the Mark II static with the gun shield. Actually, yeah, no, I can't make that discernment from here, but yeah, interesting. So we have all of that set up. Not a good chunk of ammo for these. It's only 250 rounds per, and then 400 rounds, but 100 round boxes where these are on 50. Otherwise, let me do a quick roster breakdown. We got Tilsitter commanding Green 4, Shy leading Bravo HQ, Holton leading Bravo 1 with Wise, Schneider. I'm going to quickly check Schneider's kit, because I'm trying to see where the marksman is. I'm 99% certain it's an SVD, but it could be a Mark 14. And the difference there is 10 bullets in the magazines. SVD with 10, Mark 14 with 20. Revolk, Rapier, who also has an AK? Wayne and Loki as the medic. Bravo 2 being led by Patriot with Olaf, Reaper, Mutant, Spiky, who also has an AK there. Seismo. Yeah, no, it's a holographic on his gun. And Lolo. They could also have an M76, which is, similar to an SVD, where it is 10 rounds, 7.62 by 5.4. But yeah, I don't see a marksman there. So we got Popsy leading Charlie with Risiu, Bartik, Llama, Desk, Navy, and Lacarfor. And then we've got Grand Mitten leading Delta 2 here. It looks like they've merged Delta 1 and Delta 2 together with the squad leader. So I think Pierce is the actual squad lead, because usually we see him squad leading in these groups. But it's Mitten, Bendel, Twins, Duckett, Roche, Shun, Pierce, Sanchez, Firefly, Telop, Fons, Nolich, and Huba. Now, I'm just going to click through these names again and then try to come in, because I am trying to find that marksman rifle. Because marksman in an open map like Suma can make all the difference, and I just want to see what it is. I doubt they just have a PSO scoped AK-74. That is possible, but it's unlikely. But I'm actually not seeing any marksmen at all, which could be a trade-off for the fact that they have 2 medium machine guns for all their auto riflemen. That's just a really weird difference to have, because FNF normally doesn't have plays like that. They usually keep everything very, very balanced, but I am not seeing any marksman here at all, but we're going to see it on Blue 4's side as we break down Blue 4's roster. So, Blue 4, they've got 3 spawn zones over to the east, but I digress. Looking at Blue 4's side, 1 minute remaining. Tenderbanner is leading. Oddball is 2IC. He's going to be flying the chopper. Ash leading Alpha HQ. Banks leading Alpha 1 with Swola, McCorn, Tackleberry, Gazag, and there you go, right there. Mark 11 marksman rifle, 7.62 by 51 NATO, 20 round magazine rifle, marksman rifle. And then Wheaton, Pete leading Alpha 2 with Pro Hunter Gogu. Mackenzie, Aim at the Stars, Thompson, and Rodrigue. Newton leading Bravo HQ with Norris leading Bravo 1 with Iqbal, Steve, Kavui, Present My Love, and Daedalus. Khalil leading under Bravo 2 with Ant, Renly, Azil, Alipuz, Raposo, Blas, and Coco. Yanni leading a Scandi Recon team of Nemesis, Malin, Iander, Fred, Mello, and Azariah. Whiplash leading Charlie 2 with Cullis, Burton, Dooley, Nafs, and Dobbs. And Gordon is also going to be in the Little Bird. I think he's the dedicated pilot to IC / the guy that controls the camera for reconnaissance is going to be Oddball. So yeah, I'm seeing marksman rifles on Blue 4's side. I'm not seeing them on Green 4. And again, in an open map like Suma, those marksmen are going to be critical in this operation. Otherwise, it looks like both of the caches are in the same town. Oh, we actually get a marker for them now, because sometimes we don't. So they're going to be in these 2 locations. Interesting. So one's shielded off right there, and the other one is also shielded off right here to help, you know, prevent against grenade damage. They could also do RPG stuff. They should have shut that damn door, though, to help keep it hidden. But Green 4 otherwise has made some pretty good battle lines around this area, really to lock it down. They want to make sure they hold in the forested areas and try to keep Blue 4 locked down in all these openings. There is a river that they can work with as well, and a crossing point right here. However, I don't think they have the manpower to fully take advantage of it. So Blue 4, I'd imagine, is going to keep their forces very constricted here to keep basically a platoon element. As I say that, I stand corrected. Blue 4 is switching their forces into what appears to be a pincer maneuver. If not, I only see 1 squad down here, so this is going to probably be what I like to call a strong arm, weak arm attack. It's where you divide your forces at a ratio of around 2/3 to 3/4, and your strong arm is where you have a lot of your forces attacking. And then your weak arm is where you only have a small chunk of your force. Now, that weak arm, usually we see it attack first, or we see it come in to distract the enemy in a bit of a feint, to make the enemy pull a lot of their forces to where they think the main force is attacking from, only for another force to come in on the rear. Sometimes we see the strong arm do that just so a strike team can pull in on the rear and actually snipe the objectives. Usually when a commander does a tactic like this, they're really trying to go for the objective instead of kills, which a unified battle line, for example, would be really good at. I don't know if a strong arm, weak arm is good on this map because of how open everything is, but I mean, I think a pincer maneuver would have been a little bit better, because at that point you could have set up a base of fire in these open areas with where these riverbanks are, and then you could have had the other half of the pincer come up to the south, and they could have literally put constant pressure in like an L-shaped formation of pushing Green 4 back along the forests, and then utilizing this open area for their SOCOM Humvees to suppress Green 4 as they pulled back. But I can see where they're going with this maneuver nonetheless. It can still work out for them. Green 4 is just going to have a lot to work with. Now, I'm going to quickly look over the roster again. I noticed there was no Pepega Pirates on tonight, which, for you new people, there are 2 top dog communities in Friday Night Fights. There is Scandi Recon and Pepega. Falcon is saying Pepega and 4IB are busy. Why is that, Falcon? Is it ESM related? It's probably ESM related, because I am going to do some commentary on Sunday for them. That makes sense. Otherwise, there's, you know, more than one PvP match out there, guys. There's, you know, FNF, OFCRA, ESRM, Coalition with their CCOs. But I digress there. There's still a good chunk of room here. You do have Scandi Recon on Blue 4, though, and they are the attacking faction. So anytime you see Scandi or Pepega on offense is usually a good sign that that faction is going to be a little bit better. However, if they attack on their own, they usually get completely overwhelmed because they get a little too aggressive for their own good. But hey, shit happens. But otherwise, Christy, it's Christy Law. That's it. Thanks for the 100 bits. I hope you keep enjoying everything as we settle down to watch 3 rounds of FNF tonight. First round playing out. We've got, yeah, so they're putting the SOCOM Vix up here on the northern side where they can utilize these open areas. That's the smartest play they can make. They got to be a little bit careful because there's a bottleneck right here, but I don't think Green 4 is close enough to maintain a proper level of AT on it. They will spot them, but if the Humvees are quick, they can maneuver up. Now, this is all a really massive kill zone. You got a bunker up there, but you also have this riverbed that you can honestly work with quite well in getting forces all the way up here. If anything, this riverbed reminds me of the ones we saw in Proving Grounds. That some of the factions would utilize to get right up to enemy positions. So that riverbed, I think, is going to be Blue 4's best goal here. We might also see them move up the tree line, but there's just not a lot of cover here. But if that weak arm comes in on the side and keeps these forces pinned, they're not going to be able to turn and engage the main Blue 4 force coming in, which could buy them an opening to then regroup with the weak arm and just push up the forest and completely steamroll this AO. However, we could see this arm break up into 2 groups, one coming down this area and one riding the riverbed up, with the SOCOM Humvees in the middle providing suppressive fire to this line that Green 4's made. And that would be in Green 4's favor a bit more, because that keeps more people in the open for them to pin. And that means that this arm might not have any support coming in from the right, or not as much, and this force might be able to turn enough guns to stop whatever might come here, and Blue 4 might just get stuck. Now, where is Scandi? They're the guys moving around on the strong arm, excuse me, the weak arm here. So knowing them, if they hit a brick wall, they will reposition and probably use this riverbed to come up. So just because they get repelled the first time doesn't mean they're out of the fight. They're very good at repositioning if they feel like they've hit a brick wall, but usually they will commit their entire force in the attack. No SPG-9s for Green 4. It's literally just 3 static guns there. Now, let me scroll up here, read what Doubtless Wizard said. I watched your videos for years now. I have loved it seeing you, seeing how you always make new silly shit or just fine-tune what you already do. Glad to finally catch a stream. Keep up what you do. I appreciate it, Wizard. Sorry, I'm in PvP mode right now, just overanalyzing this little match here, but I hope you keep enjoying everything, man. We have an Amunasop versus Dinosaurs I'm going to get off the ground on Wednesday, guys. I can't believe I just said it, but yeah. Yeah, we have a lot of stupid shit we're going to be running. I'm letting some of my players pay for certain meme ops, and yeah. I'm happy because it's paying for my new greenhouse setup, which... Be on the lookout for a video this weekend, where, not a video, excuse me, a stream, where I will be showing the creation of that. Now, we have... Hold up, I know exactly what they're doing. He's not in the co-pilot seat. He's on the gun. These chuckle fucks have strapped the 2IC of the platoon to the side of the helicopter, and they're doing orbitals now to harass the defensive lines of Green 4. Now, what that's going to do is allow the pilot and the gunner there on the side to see all the tracers that come up. Now, it's not these colored tracers. It's mainly from the machine guns because they don't see these actual tracers here. But this is going to basically allow them to see what shoots at them, and then they can reposition Blue 4's attack strategy accordingly. So if they see less stuff over here, they might want to use the riverbed. If they see less stuff over here, they might use this open area to try to regroup with that weak arm. Now, here's the deal. Look at how they're doing this wide berth here. They might actually just completely try to bypass everything. We just saw an RPG get fired. It is short, though. RPGs have a max range of, I think, 650 or 750 meters before they auto-detonate anyway. But this is pulling everyone's attention up to that chopper, which might allow more room for Charlie to sneak around over here. We saw another RPG fire. Wow! A beautiful air burst there. That wounded everyone involved and knocked out Pro Hunter. That was a great shot. No kills, but it at least stopped the advance. So now we're starting to see Blue 4 defuse on the left side, but if Charlie bypasses and tries to go for the riverbed, which looks like they might get caught by this Bravo element back here, we're going to see a lot of pressure come on this forced area, and Blue 4's probably going to regroup and just sweep. We could see Charlie regroup and push down to reinforce on Green 4's angle, but I honestly think we're just going to see a sweep play here. So more RPGs firing. They are just short. Ooh, I meant to open the map. Sorry for blinding you if you had dark vision on. That's also a big chunk right there. See, what I'm really thinking, though, is these guys are going to set up a defensive line here. They're going to get flanked and eliminated by this group. Just look at the numbers there. And again, these are some of, if not the best players on the server right now. So you give them an attack situation, you give them some roaming cover, you got Green 4 pinned down on defensive line as they await Blue 4 to push them. If Blue 4 begins to push and that pins these guys to plink against them, that's going to put them in perfect flanking position for Blue 4 to just eliminate them all. Or I guess for Blue 4 to flank the defensive line. You know what I'm going for here. But yeah, no, we are seeing a force split here. So Alpha is going to keep all of this stuff here pinned as Bravo and Charlie basically regroup and push left to right. And then while these guys reposition, Alpha might be close enough to keep them pinned instead. I really don't see how Tilsitter can defend against this one. This is just going to be reliant on the individual players getting higher KD ratios than Blue 4. But tactically, Blue 4's played this perfectly so far, and I really don't see how Green 4 can counter this tactics-wise. Now, when the shooting really kicks up, people have told me in FNF a lot of comms do break down, anything's possible at that point. You could see a bit of a miscommunication between Blue 4 Bravo's move in as Charlie pushes past. But if Charlie pushes through and just does a shit ton of damage, that's going to clear the way for Bravo to move in and continue the fight. So it's really tough to see how Green 4 is going to repel this one. Because, I mean, just look at their positioning here. They really don't have anything covering their immediate south, which is where Blue 4 is going to move this group in. And, you know, they're literally taking cover, exposing themselves to the south by taking cover on the from the north and the east. So it's tough. And then you got the you got Command up in front, and then just the SoConvicts waiting in the back line here. They're waiting for a go-ahead. Your favorite cyberbully is streaming? What, Adamak? Is it because I put the fucking Among Us mod in the OFCRA Discord and said, hey, go for it? I lost a bet, all right? I lost a bet last night, which is why I posted this morning, but have mercy. No bully. Drekov brings up an interesting command. If you guys want to see multiple on-the-ground perspectives, feel free to do !multi. We have a lot of people streaming today for the FNFEU branch. We don't always have that many people streaming. Recently, it's only been like a handful. I want to say 2 or 3 at most, but today, it's quite a good chunk. So I'd imagine this round is going to end in the next 15 minutes. Just with the positioning of Blue 4, the way, look at them, they are setting up a battle line here so they can fully encompass this area before either of the individual Green 4 groups have any time to recover. But Blue 4, they're smoking. They haven't taken any casualties yet. They're pulling smoke. They might actually pull back to the other side here.
Little kittens.
Jesus Christ. Alright, I will have my push-to-take down when I speak. But anyway, Charlie is basically about to get right on top of Green 4. Bravo here. This is going to be devastating. We'll just have to see how everything goes here. That was SL Dream, by the way. He is going to apparently co-cast with me. I am doing all right, man. Hope you are doing A-okay. I'm just going to have to change the command now. Are you going to co-cast with me, or are you going to play?
I will play, it's okay.
Okay. What about you, Maz? Co-casting or... Okay, up to you. I don't care. All right, anyway, Blue 4 now beginning their attack. We see one Green 4 guy down already. We see some of them trying to pop smoke to recover here. Wise just took a few hits, but Blue 4 immediately pushing this section. Patriot doing his best to try to throw some grenades back to stem the tide of Blue 4 coming in. That's going to catch Nemesis with some grenades. Iander charging in, also takes some shrapnel, but they weren't close enough to take him out. These grenades, wow, landing right on top of Patriot. Thankfully, he is down on the ground, so he doesn't take too much damage. But this line is completely broken here. You're seeing AT firing as well. That knocks Shy out. But Blue 4 has done a great flank attack here. They could not have done better at this point. Look, you see Green 4 starting to pull these forces back, and as they're doing that, Blue 4 Bravo is pushing up this angle as well. You're having a few Green 4 guys getting caught between these two groups now, as there is slowly a noose being pulled right here for these individual Green 4 guys trying to get away. Now, looking at the casualty board, Charlie has not taken a single casualty or KIA. Meanwhile, Green 4, we've got 2 dead and 1 down. So it's a slow tie down here. At least Green 4 has put up a lot of concealment here to help cover themselves. But Blue 4, they did take a good chunk of grenade damage, even though they did dish a good chunk of it as well. So this smoke is going to give both sides a second to recover here. But how much is the question? You got Reapers right here coming around.
Please breathe.
What? I'm doing my job.
You sound like you're going to... Well, no, you don't sound like you're going to die. My God.
Now, we do have a little bit of a crossfire here as Alpha Blue 4 is firing into Green 4 Bravo. Some of those shots are coming over and potentially landing around or on Blue 4 Charlie. Otherwise, we do have Green 4 trying to go back and pick up their casualties here. They're in full retreat at this point. But now you're having some flanking fire coming in from Blue 4 Bravo. Alpha's also coming down this little tree line area. They're getting stopped by Green 4 Delta and Alpha's line right there. But this pullback is starting to get caught out of position here by Cullis and Whiplash, firing through a few trees where there's a bit of a gap in the smoke. But they are now taking heavy fire as Green 4 tries to conceal themselves, or I guess cover their escape. Meanwhile, I don't see Reaper over there by Blue 4, so I assume he was taken out as he tried to pull away. And wow, Yanni just got cut down by Patriot and Olaf. Fred right below them might be able to get a shot here as Olaf slowly crawls up. So this is where things get a little messy, and you might see a bit of a weakness with Scandia Recon's aggressive. Look at that grenade throw. That kills Malin. Fred trying to find an angle on Olaf and Patriot. He throws a shard. No, it's a satchel, but it's just short. That makes Green 4 immediately pull back because you hear a double beep every time you hear a satchel or charge thrown. So that's forcing Green 4 to pull off that group there, but now you're starting to see both sides take more casualties here. Blue 4 starting to take their first few in this group. Malin and Yanni are down. Yanni got shot. Malin died by a good grenade throw. Now we have to be careful here because we're seeing Nemesis doing the friendly wiggle, and he is still taking fire as he continues to wiggle. So he took another like 2 bullets there. His shooter is Major Khan here, who didn't realize that was a friendly because he wasn't able to PID because it was a one-time holographic scope. Wise staying in the tree back here, but otherwise the push is kind of halted because the right flank of Blue 4's push here. It's starting to catch with Bravo, who's gone prone. Alpha, meanwhile, took a little bit of damage here. Quite a few guys are dead, actually, from the defensive line on Delta. SoConvic's doing their best to try to cover, but it's not a lot. You got AT getting demoed back here. Did the chopper just hit a tree? Okay, well, the chopper's down. Don't know what took that out. Otherwise, we have some Green 4 guys now on the back. Oh, no, so Reaper and Lolo, they actually pulled far back and looped around. So they might be able to counterattack Blue 4's push right here, as we see Charlie still spearheading previously where Green 4's defensive line was. But Green 4 has an opportunity to get a lot of shots on back here. Is it enough to turn around? That is anyone's game, but Blue 4, they're starting to have a lot more casualties mounted. Alpha taking quite a blunt to their Tender Banner. Ground Command is also down because it looks like some Green 4 guys counterattacked his position. They are simply trying to move up to find an angle to RPG some of their SoConvicts. All right, otherwise you got Wise, who just got taken out by Nemesis and Iander because they saw him under that tree. Some grenades thrown. It's not going to be enough, though. Reaper and Lolo still coming around on the rear, but this attack has halted for the moment. 6 minutes ago, I said this would be done in 15. This might actually be dragged on for a bit more because with Blue 4 ground command severed, it's starting to drag Blue 4's feet a bit. Green 4's redefined their battle lines here outside of the cache. Blue 4's committing everything on one flank. We could see the attack get halted here. Alpha really does need to reposition, though, and follow where Bravo went through. Otherwise, they're going to keep taking damage. And that AT team finds an angle on one of the SoConvicts and manages to snipe it with the RPG, causing a significant bit of damage, destroying the vehicle, but only wounding the inhabitants there as they now serpentine to try to avoid fire from at least 3 different directions. So this Alpha group, we do see them ascending down the tree line. They're probably going to then come around and follow where Bravo came in from, which is going to alleviate one flank for Green 4 to reset themselves. You do see Charlie, they folded from the northern side because they weren't pinned by Alpha, who I originally thought was going to go down the riverbed, but they changed positions. So now they've been able to reinforce what's remaining of Bravo to halt Blue 4 Charlie here. And now you're starting to see less blue triangles here, but now we got that attack from Lolo and Reapers that's going to come in on the rear. This could change everything. All right, so we see Whiplash in the open down there. It's Lolo and Reaper, 2 TSB players. One shot on the back of Whiplash's head. Dobbs looking at the body, not realizing he got engaged from the rear. That is exactly what they need to do. Let's see if they find Cullis. Oh, Reaper, come on. You hear those gunshots to your left, buddy. He's going to see Dobbs. He might be getting target fixated. Tries to shoot. Nope, he got a few hits, but not enough to kill. A grenade is immediately thrown, but it bounces awkwardly off a rock. Another grenade is thrown, causing more damage. A grenade thrown right on top of Cullis' position. And that kills him. Wow. They heard the noise, and they took care of it. Dobbs now pulling back, wondering what happened. And he gets immediately shot by Reaper. So Reaper's on 1 kill. I'd imagine Lolo's on the other 2. No, so whoever threw that grenade killed him by a fragmentation, and fragmentation kills don't get recorded because it's an ace feature and it's not built into the system. Otherwise, the rest of Blue 4 has not turned around. They do not realize they just lost 3 dudes on the rear, and these 2 guys have an opportunity to now pick up enemy weapons and confuse their audio PID to continue to snipe Blue 4 on the rear. Meanwhile, Lolo firing at Iander and Nemesis, who have now turned around and started engaging them. I mean, that was just a great move here, taking 3 shooters out of this original line. Iander trying to use his AT as an infantry shock weapon, but unfortunately hits a tree. It was too far to the right. But now, some of Blue 4 is starting to turn around. But look at Blue 4's positioning here. They're losing more and more dudes here. Yes, we're seeing some high casualties mounting for groups like Bravo 1 on Green 4, but look at Blue 4's skull count. Every group has at least taken a handful of casualties. And now you're starting to see Blue 4 lose their number advantage, and Green 4 is holding their defensive lines. So the smartest thing Green 4 has done here is repositioning Charlie immediately to basically cover Bravo's pullback and then create a new defensive line. And then the position of Reapers and Lolo. Reaper just got another kill. That was Azariah, I believe. Burton getting on Reaper's rear, taking him out, but by now the damage has been done. Nemesis getting caught out of the position. Lolo unable to get the kill, but this has pretty much now alleviated the entirety of the southwestern flank here as they've turned around to engage. And this one fortified defensive line, with forces coming up from the north, are now taking care of anything coming around here. And they were also able to repel Alpha pushing down this area because they were not, I'm going to be honest, attacking from that tree line there with this fortified position covering it was not the brightest call. They should have just folded in and reinforced or waved their forces in, as in you have got one battle line going and a second battle line behind them. That way it alleviates the front battle line from any rear attacks, and you can immediately reinforce the front line with that second battle line without clumping your troops too far together, or too close together, excuse me. But, I mean, I think Green 4's got this. Another major issue, which is what happened here, is you got that Alpha squad coming around who's already taken a big chunk of casualties, but because they were forced to make this massive pull around, for whatever reason, SOCOM Vix did not come and pick them up because one of them got AT'd. I don't know if the other one got AT'd as well, and the Little Bird got shot down. They weren't able to pull back, get in a vehicle, and quickly be redeployed. So in the past 5 minutes, where Blue 4 has been taking a hefty amount of casualties, they've had literally a third of their force just completely out of position, and that's allowed the defenders to defeat the offense in detail here. And that is why the number advantage is now turning to the defenders' favor here. I think Green 4 has successfully countered this attack, and I think this is eventually going to be a Green 4 victory. We're just seeing too many casualties mounting up in Blue 4 right now. We got Burton and Lolo now doing a little dance around here, trying to find each other, or what they can. We got Dooley charging up the line right here. If he's able to get through, he could do something similar to what Reapers and Lolo did. We could see something. He's going to push. He's got to be careful, though. Kills a car for. Seismo immediately turns. Some smoke grenade. No, this is a smoke GL round. He's going to take advantage of that. We'll see if Green 4 notices the weapon ID, which looks like they have, and they're starting to look locally. But Dooley has a lot of pine trees to work with, and he can pick people off. Looks like he's actually now holding this position and trying to pick off guys on the defensive line. Not the smartest idea, because people are going to hear his gunfire. He just got another one. Seismo now returning fire. Dooley's able to quickly pull around as he pulls attack reload. Patriot coming around. But he gets, Dooley gets sniped by Pierce and Shun, spraying him down with those 74s. There was also an explosive thrown over there. Wow. Meanwhile, looking back, it looks like Perton was able to find and eliminate Lolo after getting hit himself, but just look at the remaining map markers. Green 4 has a really nice, solid battle line here. Blue 4, the only thing I can see them working with here is if they get a force, they go immediately on the riverbank on the left and try to push around right under Green 4's nose here as they continue the attack, but there's still some guys that are really close to that defensive line. It might not work, but at this point, now that you got Alpha reinforcing the rest of the line, Green 4 has two favorable defenders here. It's... I don't think it's going to work.
By the way, Liru.
Yo.
I don't know if you saw it or not, but Deska has an M76.
So Green 4 has M76s. I was looking for that earlier to try to find their marksman rifle. I just could not find a dude with one. Yeah, now as I look, yeah, Desk has a fucking 76. All right. Well, we'll find them eventually.
Based.
That's why I came here. I was like, oh, I should help him with the kids.
It's all good, man. Thank you so much. So Blue 4 are pretty much in tatters right now. The two squads that originally attacked are really separated here. They're kind of just going man for them, so every man for themselves. You got Alpha, who is still mostly grouped up, but they're now going to be in a position to push against the Green 4 fortified position right here. Maybe we could see some marksman work here, but we have another two Green 4 guys, the original AT team that took out the SOCOM Humvee here, now trying to flank around where Blue 4 has the remainder of that large force of Alpha, and they are picking off forces on the flank. They got this little riverbed to work with for cover. Fawn still has his RPG. He could do a lot of damage. And as I say that, he pulls it out. A lot of smoke's been thrown, though. He's not going to be able to acquire a target. He actually folds back and selects the AK. More GLs raining overhead, but they got to be exactly in the riverbed to do any proper damage or hit the tree so fragmentation can hit below them. But those are very tough shots to make at this range. So they're flying over. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. Tender, he had a great plan, but he got killed too early, so he couldn't rally Alpha to where they needed to be after they got pushed back, and that slowdown, I think, is what partially cost him. Tilster made a great call in just folding his forces around. It was risky, though, because at the time, I don't think he could have confirmed where all of Blue 4 was. He just made a guess, and it paid off for him because he didn't know if there was another fire team or squad size element coming from a different flank, which would have immediately come from somewhere like the north after traveling down the riverbed and just pushed in immediately. So it was a risk. Here it paid off.
By the way, Bill Sitter is one of the older commanders. Cheese is what it is.
Yeah, Cheese. I just don't see him command all the time.
No, he does it very rarely, but he's done it a lot in the past.
Now one...
Command.
Tender.
One concern I do have, though, is the numbers actually are starting to look a little more even. You see Blue 4 congregating into two groups here. You got a few stragglers in the middle, and then some additional stragglers moving up. Great grenade throw by Daedalus. That's going to get caught in the tree branch. Wow, 3 down. He got all of them except Llama, who he immediately takes off. That's 4 kills. Daedalus might have actually just turned this around. He needs to turn around and double tap the other two guys. I don't think he noticed they were there, though. They might wake up, and he might notice. There's another one right there. I think he was already dead, though. Gets Deska, and the other guy also dies, too. Wow.
Yeah, actually, they were both dead. I think it was bugged on our screens.
Daedalus, I think, might have just gotten Blue 4 a hole here. It's not over yet. That multi-kill just turned the number advantage back into Blue 4's favor. They just need to now move down and capitalize on it. So this is going to allow Blue 4 to bypass this fortified line. There's only a few guys up here remaining. Green 4 still have... No, that's Daedalus getting on the static here and suppressing up to the bunker area, but it's a little too far to the left. Wheaton now running up because there's no one covering the left because Green 4's all pulled back, died, or is still in previous positions. You got some grenades being thrown in now. That could do some similar damage. It's a little further. No, the fragmentation gets 2 people. Knowledge might go down to this one. Fragmentation literally goes over his head as Wheaton crushes in. Blue 4 might still turn this around.
Green 4 again, a very good lesson in spacing.
Wheaton's looking around. He's trying to find additional force. It's going to allow Blue 4 to push. The other group, they did come around. They're trying to go on the other side of the riverbed, so I do appreciate what they're trying. Daedalus runs into Patriot, gets knocked out. A lot of shots there. And Wheaton also got taken by Knowledge. You're right.
Guys are currently with the marksman rifle, trying to take out Knowledge in the and Wheaton wakes back up, so this could be Knowledge sees gun move. Oh,
headshot by Wheaton. You saw Knowledge react to the barrel, but Wheaton was already in there, and he just literally lined the gun barrel up with Knowledge's head and popped it like a cherry.
Damn, bro. Blue 4.
They've bounced back. The two flanking guys, Fonz and Sanchez, they were in a good position, but now Blue 4 is moving on. Ash is staying behind here. I don't know what reason, but he can still serve to slow them down, and Blue 4 can bounce back. this has been a really great back and forth where just some small plays here and there, and I said this was all going to depend on the PvP at the end. It's turned back and forth multiple times. This has been enjoyable. Very enjoyable.
Sorry, I'm looking at chat and I'm seeing Falcon say, like, these frags are made to nuke Afghanistan.
And what's that is correct for a very long time.
So many people.
Firefly getting a kill. Gets shot in the rear by Rodrigue. And as he goes prone, that lines his head up for a headshot by Rodrigue. Nemesis doing some blind suppression up there. That makes Tilsiter and Patriot pull back.
Ooh, Oliver down.
They're in the thick of it. Yeah, he got picked off earlier by Patriot. Not double tap, though, so he could be brought back up, but they need to keep suppression on that building. And you see a Patriot getting knocked to his feet by Burton and killed.
Ooh. Tilsiter's in
a long
really
toss
nice
into the river
position.
with that grenade. Yeah, the issue is he can still get suppressed by Burton, though. And he's running out of time because if he goes the other way, he might get caught by other Blue 4 members here. So he is pretty much cut off. Pinned in that position.
Well, that's the thing. Burton isn't in the best position either. Actually, to be fair, he blends in really well with the ground. So.
Well, he does, but he also has a lot of friendlies on his flank. So if Tilsiter tries to flank Burton's position, he's going to immediately get caught out and eliminated. So.
Yeah, but now he's pushing down into the bay, which.
Yep, to join Nemesis as he pushes as well. You got some 2 Blue 4 and 2 Green 4 guys engaging each other. Grenade just went off, knocking one of the Green 4 guys out, and the grenade kills the other guy as well. Green 4 grenade got thrown. No change on those symbols over there. Yeah. I mean, we got Nemesis with that's a freaking 249. Peyton with the 240 Golf. It's, I mean, 2 and 4 kills respectively. I'm not surprised. Green 4 meanwhile trying to pull back in on this fortified position. This could be a decent flanking spot from this bunker area, but Twins is caught out of position and double tapped. Now it's just up to Bendall, but I think Blue 4 just has too much in numbers. Burton's gonna run up, might spot Seismo. No, he doesn't check the tree. Ah, situational awareness. Oh, situational awareness, please. And Naps immediately knocks Seismo out. Oh, God, I love it. It's anyone's game, but it's leaning into Blue 4 right now. One of the Green 4 guys woke back up, but he just got double tapped by Alpha HQ. I think Blue 4 have come back from the brink here. And an amazing play by a few great players, by Wheaton and Daedalus getting those multi-kills. And it just goes to show you how important grenades are now in FNF, because as What's That said earlier, I tried to touch on this point. Seismo getting woken up and then knocked out again by Nemesis and double tapped. Grenades, oh, there was a charge thrown in there. That has killed more Green 4 elements there.
No
one? Oh, well, there was people up there and they're dead now.
Out.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's where Wheaton was when he took out, and then Wheaton.
Yeah, but and then 2 Green 4 guys went back up there. One of them got killed, and then the other one still died.
They both ran around the corner at the same time, and Thompson shot the bad guy.
Gotcha. All right, well, good to make sure that position is clear anyway.
I think it was Brundle.
Mackenzie's found one of the caches. He is setting up demo on, or I guess he's trying to figure out what to do with it. He might not have demo, but he's calling it over the LR to say, hey, I found one. But I will say at this point now, What's That already alluded to it, this has only been this way for like 2 months, where grenades have acted how they're supposed to be. Since then, since we started, at least I started, and for all I know, for the longest time, grenades were nerfed to high hell. Now they're actually doing what grenades are supposed to and just tearing people apart. And it's very, very useful as an offensive weapon for not just clearing buildings out, but clearing out fortified positions. It's great.
Believe it or not, it's been longer than 2 months.
Yeah,
it just feels so nice to have it, though.
I think it's been 6 months.
It was done with the March, wasn't it?
Was that?
Wasn't it done with the March update?
No, I don't. I think it was.
Was it not done with
I think it was January. I think it was.
All right, there's Objective 2 destroyed. Green 4's down to 3 people. Blue 4 has 8. We got Hoba, Telop, and Spiky on the defense. They are fighting Nemesis Nafs, Ants, Mackenzie, Thompson, Major Khan, Kazag, and Ash. I don't know. A 3v8. I have seen things turn around with that. Green 4 is on defense. Blue 4 probably still has a lot of grenades. But based off of how Blue 4 has bounced back from this one, I don't know. Hoba trying to get a shot on Major Khan. He misses his shots, only for Nafs to come around on the rear with that Mark 11 and pick him off. 2v8.
I'm sure we all remember how like the nades were just constantly debated.
They would literally land at people's feet and then just cause like one wound. And it's like, oh yeah, like why even bother at that point?
It's like it got to a point where you'd watch them go off and it'd be like, oh, it might do a bit of like shredded damage to the feet. But now when you see a nade pop right next to someone,
you know they're dead.
It's terrifying.
Yeah,
like,
as they should be.
Yeah, if you're playing, like you play, you'll see someone throw a grenade. But back then you'd be like, oh, I can take this and live. But now it's like, holy shit. I need to rush this man.
Nas finds the other one and picks him off with the second shot there being a headshot.
Spiky left.
Spiky holding the stairwell. This is not a bad spot. I mean, when you're alone and you're right here, that's a really good job of limiting your target profile here. The one issue is the only thing that can be shot at certain angles is her head.
Yeah.
And people are really good at immediately putting bullets on a target in FNF. So
like Nemesis, Snap. Yeah. Those are just like two to name who will just snap onto your head immediately.
I mean, and then, you know, some of Blue 4 here, Nemesis, and Naps dropped his machine gun. No, wait, no, it was another guy ahead of it.
There's also 3 doors to enter this place.
Yeah.
So
Spiky doesn't hear the door open on her right. She doesn't adjust. Thompson could get the breach on her.
Yeah, she's focusing straight down the middle and not wanting to focus on the side, which is now just going to cause...
Oh! 1 kill! 2 kills! 3 kills! Oh my god!
Mackenzie's just noticed.
Mackenzie doesn't even know what's happened! Naps is coming in. I think saw the shooter. Mackenzie's like, what just happened? Now Mackenzie knows.
Naps AT her.
Yes, the AT! Oh my god! And he backblasted himself. Oh,
that was so beautiful.
That was amazing. This is why you gotta clear the fucking building before you do the objective, you goobers.
Just got 3 kills.
That was amazing. That just shows you Blue 4 let their guard down at that point. Spiky had an opportunity to get the 4th kill. I don't think she would have been able to beat Naps with that AT, though. That was a death sentence.
As soon as that one guy noticed the 3 people had died, I think that was it for her, because she'd run out of ammo, and she had to pop a reload, and then she had 3 people coming in 3 different doors.
Oh, man.
Okay, I'm going to jump down. Enjoy casting. Bye-bye, chat. Kisses.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Give me 1 second. All right, going to voice acting here so I can change up my commands. How are you doing, Maz? Sorry if I was talking too much there. I started solo, and it's hard for me to adjust from going solo to bouncing off someone.
Yeah, you're good. I'm probably just... I'll remain as quiet as possible unless you have questions and stuff.
Okay.
I don't want to, like, you know, mess up your whole
No, it's up to you. Now that we're doing a new round, we can totally bash with each other. It just, you know, once you're down 1 track, it's really hard to kind of reel yourself back, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I've been doing good. How about you, man?
That's good. Good for the most part, you know? Just trying to rock out here as I try to remember where this damn button is on my Twitch interface. There it is. All right, intermission time. And I gotta then check the multi, put up additional stuff, write the new commands, post the multi in Discord. So let's see. This is the U Ranch. Cool. This is round 2. Oh, and I gotta pay out the prediction to Blue 4. That was nail biting, though. Oh, man. Let's see. Blue 4 is attacking 3, Green 4 sectors. Blue 4 has I believe that was a 10% numbers advantage. What else do they got? We see 3 M2 Humvees and an HMG Jeep. It's probably the not the contact, the Apex DLC mini me Jeep. That silly little thing.
Oh my god, I can't believe he lists it as HMG when it's an MMG.
Why did my mission command just disappear? I swear to God if I have to rewrite that. Thank you for glitching out. Really cool. Okay, no new multi, so I just gotta go on Discord and post this. Cool. And did someone pay it out? Yeah, okay, someone paid that out. Cool. Thank you, Falcon. I appreciate it. Let's see. Gotta go on Discord. I've been dreading Discord every time I log in all week because I will literally have at least 100 messages that I have to go through between notifications and usually 2 to 3 dozen DMs at a minimum. It's it's fine. But I've made it a thing where like while I'm looking at my garden and inspecting it and all that shit, I'll go through some of them.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Alright, there's the multi for that posted there. Let me go verify the other commands. What is our map here? I think it said Serrani?
United Serrani, yep.
United Serrani, which is the post-fighting one. Which means any naturally placed military compounds are usually blown to high hell.
Yeah, no cool billboards anymore.
Ah, thank God. Okay, it did save the command. All right. Should be good. Falcon, what'd you set that timer for round 2? For the prediction, if you don't mind. Because I just want to make sure it doesn't run for too long. Yeah, 20 minutes is good. All right, perfect. Thanks. If we're like here and they're still slotting, 20 minutes is perfectly fine. All right. So, some announcements to go over. First off, let me go get some actual water, because I only have a little bottle right here. It's my emergency. I forgot to grab water, and I'm doing match commentary, and my throat's gonna fucking seize if I don't keep it lubricated. Giggity. So, I'll be back in a second. It's the emergency bottle. Right off the bat, someone does a hydrate, too. Okay, I got a glass down upstairs now. All right. Ooh, oh, right. I screwed up my chair. I gotta fix this mat. Okay. Whew. All right. Full glass of water. Cold water, too. Great for the throat. Excuse me. So, Yeah, last round I wrote down 2 highlights. That is quite nice. 1 second. So I had someone contact me 2 weeks ago for a custom mission file request. I shot them a quote. They said, sure, I'll be in contact. And now they just messaged me saying, so how long of a notice would you like before I request your time? I'm assuming tomorrow won't work. No, it won't.
That's always fun.
I have a fully booked weekend, comma, I can do next weekend, though, comma, wait, comma, I can't do Saturday because of an anime convention I'm going to, comma, I could do Sunday, though, comma, but I'd prefer to then wait another week for a Saturday if you are keen on Saturdays, period.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So if I have something scheduled, I don't mind moving it if I have a few days in advance, but within 18 hours, I can't really do that. Hell, for some of this is within... Yeah. Because by then, especially if it's stuff that I've scheduled, I can, I'm not going to go to those people and go, hey, got another gig, get the fuck out. I don't do that shit.
I used to Zeus, and it would take like a week, until the event at least.
Someone could give me a mission file, pay me money, I could make it throughout those 12 hours, totally. But,
yeah, it depends on how much you're paying. I've never been paid for, but yeah, I would do a lot to get some money.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really do paid commissions anymore because for the amount, unless I give them, how do I put it? So I used to do a lot of commission-based work. I stopped doing it because the amount of time after I really, sat down, because I burnt myself out on it twice, which I didn't let affect the commission. I let it affect the other places I'd run, like TSB, other communities that I do work for free. And I just reran the numbers, and, they're not paying for me developing the op. They're paying for me to sit down, research their community, see what they're doing, make the op, send the mission in, get the mission back, change a few things, which, takes more time, then run the op and manage it, which all in all is a usually 10 to 15 hour thing. And I was only billing them for just the first batch of mission dev. So, literally putting 4 times the man hours in.
So having to go over to how they do the play style and shit. I could never do that. I would always make the missions the same way. So
I didn't mind doing it for a while because I would learn how other places did things and I would optimize how I did my own thing. So for me, that was some of the payoff. But now that, I'm not a college student that doesn't have any bills to worry about, now finances, is a thing and I do have to value my time. So now when people ask me for commission, I usually throw them a rate of $25 an hour, which is more than modest in my opinion.
6.
But then, 10 hours of that is usually, $250, $300. And that's what then steers them away. And I'm like, well, sorry, dude. This is how long it's going to take me. This is why. Here's the breakdown. But that's just how it is. So sometimes I still find people that enjoy it. So it's 15 hours at 100 pounds per hour. Or, no, that is pounds. Or euro, whatever. That would be nice. But I don't think anyone would ever do anything at that point. Oh, I got the quote-unquote hydrate down. Whoops. I need to fix that real quick. I thought I took it out last night, but I don't think Twitch actually saved that setting. Because I noticed people were using it in the Pog stream, too. Yeah, it's doing the freaking infinite loading thing on this page again. I don't know why. Twitch has been a little unstable for me the past 2 days.
Do you still have a bro talk thing?
I have that off. I can't. I can't. It'll come back one day, maybe around April Fool's, but it's going to be kept as a special thing. Falcon, go ahead and refund any quote-unquote hydrates that come up. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good. I said I still remember that mission.
Ah, man.
That was so fucking stupid. I don't even know why we started it.
I don't know either. I think I just randomly started speaking. So the reason they're bringing it up is because their current Zeus just randomly ditched the community. Which makes sense. But, I mean, tomorrow, what do I have? I could theoretically do it, but I'm going to charge extra. 1 second. If it's during my Starship Trooper thing between 6 and 8, I can't, though, because that's something I've already booked with a bunch of people. What else? And then I was invited to go play Mike Force with some really cool people at like 7:30 in the morning. I told them, hey, 50-50, I'll be awake. So.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you weren't there for the Ladrang or whatever. Not Ladrang.
Yeah, I wrote down 6 p.m. EST. It was 6 p.m. London, which converted to 1 p.m. EST. And I profusely apologize to Whiplash for that one. But yeah,
It's all good. We pretty much carried the entire team.
I heard. Oh, trust me, I heard.
No, I'm joking. But yeah, it was fun. It was a good out.
Zeus is ditching communities.
I think it's one of the new templates.
Ah, cool. So, quick thing I want to break down here while I go back to voice acting. Okay, so this weekend we're at least going to be doing a stream between, God, when did they start? I think 3 to 5 and then 6 to 8. Maybe 7:30 in the morning as well. And then Sunday will be 1 to 3. We're doing some match commentary for an ESM round between Scandi Recon and another group. I forget. I got to set that up tomorrow, though. Then we're hopefully going to be doing some SOG stuff on the ground. And then 6 to 8, we're going to be doing some horror stuff where I'll be on the ground with the House of Trash community. So that should be fun. But I'm also going to try to find some time in there to do both some additional DayZ because people have been asking for it, and I haven't been able to find the time over the weekdays, which I apologize. I've been busy on a greenhouse project. And speaking of, I'm also going to stream how I'm going to construct one of my indoor greenhouse units because it arrives today. I'm still missing some trays, and I'm still missing a desk fan for circulation, but I'll go over everything. And then while I'm doing cooking streams or whatnot weekly, I'll also go down and show you guys what we're growing in there.
Yeah, what are you going to grow?
So I've got a really cool way of how I'm setting up some of the wire racks because I don't need them all for the shelving space. But I've already planted a good chunk of peas, and now I still need to take one of the wire racks to Home Depot to see pot sizes. But I'm thinking tomatoes, bell pepper, jalapeno, herbs, really just cloning them from my original garden outside and, keeping them alive over the winter. And then if I still have room, probably dandelions, because I do like dandelion greens. It's just a flavor. Like, I don't know why. I'm weird. I'll literally go outside, bend over like a cow, just take a bite. Why did I say that? Okay, anyway, the round has begun. All right, it's going to be Blue 4, I think, on offense, fighting to take Green 4 sectors. All right, Blue 4's USMCs. You can already see because they've got forces in the water. Anyway, this mission was made by Banks. The background, November 2030, in the Strait of Hormuz. God, I'm freaking dyslexic with this shit. In the Persian Gulf. Following a successful incursion by a rebel element, U.S. Marines, Blue 4, are building up forces ahead of a wider push to take the strategically vital island of Serrani for NATO. The first aggressive action will be to clear out and secure an airbase northeast of the staging point. Meanwhile, the Middle Eastern Coalition, Green 4, still reeling from their recent failed attack on the U.S. invaders and short of ground vehicles. I remember the previous off. That's when Pierce did the silliest thing I've ever seen. He almost won with it too. But anyway, are digging in to brace against NATO's assault and maintain their control of the airbase on enough for reinforcements to arrive. 3 sectors. If there's 1 sector remaining, it'll go into overtime if the attacking faction is in the sector itself. Otherwise, mission variables here, 1 kilometer view distance, defender build points going to be at 150, which is 25 over the default at 125. No magnified optics nor NVG equipment. Medium anti-tank is going to be 2 AT rounds per launcher per side. Nothing really interesting there. Otherwise, uniform breakdown, just to break down the list here, you got platoon, platoon sergeant, squad leader, team leader, auto rifleman assistant that carries additional ammo, grenadier, grenadier IR, which have hunt IR rounds. They are 40mm grenades you fire in the air, turn into a camera with a parachute on them. You can use them to get a nice little eye on the sky view. They also have night vision attachments. Really cool. Otherwise, your machine gunner assistant, have your medium machine guns compared to the auto rifleman, which has a light machine gun. I'll point that out in the loadouts. Otherwise, combat engineers, the guys that have explosives. Choice of 2 satchel charges. 4 satchel charges, 2 satchels. what do we call them? Oh, it's explosive charges and explosive satchels. That's it. I'm an idiot. Tripwire mines or AT mines, which Maz claims are used all the time, but really it's only him. Sorry, Maz. And then you got your light anti-tank, your medium anti-tank 1 and 2 and their assistants, your recon infantry scouts that have the suppressed weaponry. Recon infantry is just part of the group. Sniper, which is part of the recon group. Designated marksman, which that appears to be Mark 11. Am I right, Maz?
Yeah. It's if you go to Malin.
Gotcha. It's because they don't have the marksman under the loadout, and maybe they'll fix that one day.
Yeah, I believe all the U.S. kits are Mark
11s, yeah.
And
Otherwise,
Russians
your
are SVD.
crew lead, crewmen, pilots, medics, and the base kit. Loadouts otherwise for base weaponry is going to be a mix of M27 IARs, which are fully automatic M4 platforms. Fun fact, they took that feature away from the M16A1 to the M16A2 because GIs in the Vietnam War kept going to full auto and burning all their ammo. And that's just been a thing ever since. You got the M9 Beretta as a secondary. Support weapons for the auto riflemen are going to be the M249 saws. Support weapon for the machine gunners is going to be the M240 Golf. Light anti-tank is going to be the M136 single-shot disposable AT launcher. Recon sniper gets a choice in M48-5 with different camo schemes, which I believe is 308 bolt action.
For which weapon?
For the M48-5, it's either 308 or 338. I always forget.
Yeah, I believe it's 308.
Okay. And then the suppressed shooters either get a Mark 14 or it's SOCOM 16, both 20-round 10.62 by 51 NATO battle rifles that get a suppressor screwed on. Crew and aviation either get the MP7 submachine gun or an M4A1. Nothing on crew served assets. Blue Force vehicles include 2 unarmed RHIBs, 1 armed RHIB with a frontal and rear 50 cal gun, a single rubber rib, which is a death sentence because 2 bullets go into that and you're dead because it's literally just an inflatable boat. 3 transport Humvees, 2 transport trucks. Oh, they get the freaking World War II Mutt Jeep with the 50 cal. How cute. And then 3 M2 Humvees. All right, Green 4, meanwhile, their uniform. Oh, hold on. Let me get my reading glasses on. Independent faction in 2010 Middle Eastern Coalition Army Desert Camouflage. God, I had to scroll fast for that one. Their marksman rifle, if we scroll down to the DMR, that appears to be an SVD. You can note, I always tell because of that little olive-ish camo right there on it. I don't know. Russians are weird. They get AK-103s, Jesus, or AKSs, MP-443 for the secondary, RPK for the light machine gun, PKP for the medium machine gun, light anti-tanks from the RPG-26 single-shot disposable launcher. Sniper is going to get the T-5000, which I believe is chambered in 338, and then the 2 suppressed shooters get a choice of 45-round mags for an AKS-74 or 20-round magazines of 9x39 for the AS-Val, AKS chambered in 545. God, what is the 103 chambered in? Is that a 7.62 or is that a 5.45? I never remember which gun from the 100 series is which. 7.62? All right, so a mix of 5.45 and 7.62 there. Because, I mean, there's also some in the 100 series that fire 5.56 because we don't talk about them. They're like the weird cousins. We just don't talk about them. Anyway, and then the crew and aviation get the choice of either an AKS or a PP-2000. I believe the PP-2000 has the 44-round mags. Could I be wrong on that? Because it's either...
yes, it's 44 9 millimeter.
So smaller caliber, pistol caliber. Pistol calibers don't really hurt people unless you get headshots, but hey, more bullets.
Hey, I got a 197 meter kill with it once.
I don't know how, but hey, it's FNF. Anything's possible. Otherwise, OP-44 vehicles, they get a transport UAZ that can carry 7 people, an open-top UAZ that can also carry 7 people, their own Mutt Jeep that doesn't have a gun, and 2 Dishka static support wherever they want, which has 5 boxes of 50 rounds of anti-material ammo, which is 12.7 by 1. Why am I trying to remember? It's right there, 108. Jesus. All right, other assets. There's going to be 4 cargo planes down, 7 CAS planes, and a transport Vic. Those are all going to be locked. Usually we'd actually see it. Yeah. Oh, wait. Why does it say they're not locked? I'm assuming they're locked.
Sometimes the mission info's bugged.
No, Green 4 gets jets. They have no ammo, but hey, you can use them as, God, what is it called? The Otka... The freaking Betty bomber from World War II that would carry literally a rocket with a dude in the rocket that would control it as a kamikaze. It was a suicide carry. I forget the damn name. It began with an O, but
No, the
yeah,
Japanese one?
Yeah, just, you know, Hideko Banzai or however the hell it goes with those puppies. I mean, Blue 4 does have some boats. So theoretically, and I mean, Blue 4 is the United States, so we'd be kind of reliving something here. Oh, that's right, you can't ram vehicles, but if you claim your vehicle is a missile, therefore, you're just the ordnance that hits it. Think about it. Anyway, don't follow what I say, otherwise you'll probably get banned in FNF, and for legal reasons. Wait, why am I saying that? Do whatever you want. I don't care. Anyway, going over and looking at our forces here. Let's go ahead and cover Blue 4 first. We got Tilsiter taking command again. I guess that's because no one else wanted to touch it. Normally, they only allowed one person to command aside per branch unless no one else wants to touch it with the 10-foot pole, which sometimes happens. So he is taking command again. Holton is going to be leading X-Ray. Tenderbaner being the sniper. Wise being the 2IC. Schneider taking the suppressed SOCOM 16. And so is Revolk. Nemesis leading Alpha HQ. Alpha 1 being led by Yanni Finney. He's got Whiplash, Azariah, Malin, Rapier. Okay. And Iander. Sorry, new names always throw me off. Now, Nafs leading Alpha 2 with Calls Parrot and Dobbs. Bravo HQ. Looks like they've merged everything, so it's just one team with a squad leader. So it's Pete leading, Rodrigue, Pro Hunter Twins, Amp the Stars, Gogu, Thompson, and Solomons. Bank leading Charlie HQ. Charlie 1 being led by Wheaton with Kabui, Resent, and Steve. Charlie 2 being led by Ash with Gazag, Rory, Tackleberry, Major Khan, Eric Hiru, and Swola. Newton leading Delta HQ. Delta 1 being led by Ant with Renly, Elipuns, Khalil, Coco, Bless, and Raposo. Norris leading Iqbal, Gordon, and Sholand under Delta 2. Meanwhile, for Green 4, we have Oddball commanding. This should certainly be an odd mission that I will go shoot myself now. Anyway, Lurch being his 2IC. Interesting that we see a 2IC, but that has its advantages. In case ground command goes down, there is still someone to organize that chaos because both of them have LRs and they can sort everything. Usually you see it on the offensive side, just in case the ground commander gets sniped. Defense, it's usually not as hard to coordinate, especially in a sector defense where all the sectors are pretty much on top of each other. But hey, you know, shit happens. Might just be a mentoring thing as well. You never know. Otherwise, Patriot being the platoon medic, Mackenzie leading X-Ray here with Seismo being the 2IC, Lolo taking the sniper role. Actually, no, Seismo I think would be the medic under that slot. Reapers would be the 2IC, but Lolo taking the sniper, Sam taking the AS Val, and Dooley taking the AKS with the 45 round 5.45 magazines. Shy leading Charlie HQ. Wow, we're just skipping the Charlie and Delta. Interesting. Charlie and Alpha have the marksman rifles, right, Maz? If I remember correctly.
Alpha and Charlie, yeah.
Yep. And then Bravo and Delta have the medium anti-tank.
Yep.
And Falcon in my chat just said all in caps, Dooley the dumbass. That's not really nice, Falcon. Anyway, Shy leading Charlie HQ. Charlie 1 being led by Spiky with Dream, Mellow, Fred, Olaf, Mutant, and Bay. Oh, Bayzon. Which it's really interesting to see Bay on Green 4 and Dooley. Where is Dooley? I just saw him earlier. Did I? Wait, then why did Falcon bring up Dooley? Wait a minute. Did I? Oh, no, because he's an X-ray. Right. God, I'm an idiot. All right. Popsy leading Charlie 2 with Deska Keeper, Colonel Arcane, Bartek, Llama, and Rizu Bialy. I'm dumb. I don't know. Also, the name's cut off right there. If you hover over, you see the name, so I usually like to pronounce the full one once I notice it. Mitten leading Delta 2 here, which again, I think it's Pierce merging in because it's under Delta 2, so because they normally take squad lead for 1RW, and he's merged in with the team of Grenji guys, so Pierce leading Mitten, Bendel, Swede, Roshan, Nolich, Firefly Fawns, Hoba, Teliop, and Daedalus. All right, the sectors themselves, I mean, it's not much. It's just all around this area. So Sector 2 is going to be covering these 3 hangars. Ooh, they've got a little bit of a maze going on. It's going to make for some interesting camps. Now, the weakness of these hangars is you can use enhanced movement to climb up the side and shoot out the windows, or you can actually, even on some of these sectors, you can open these windows. And you can just throw grenades in or shoot people in the face. We've seen it done in the past. The latest one I remember is Anazay. That happened a few months ago, so... Nice interior here, but it has that weakness. Plus, a satchel can blow up the hangars. And I don't see a custom blackened highlight area on the hangars themselves, which means they aren't replaced, which means they aren't invincible. Because you can't make a default map asset invincible unless you do some heavy trigger scripting. And I've never seen that before in an FNF file. But you never know. A lot of fortifications dug around this position as well. Sector 3 is just behind it. It covers the eastern side of this base, and then Sector 1 covers the western side of this base, this entire chunk. So you see a lot of fortifications being made in here. Really, Green 4 just has to pick a sector or two and hold it, and concede the fact that Blue 4 is going to get their feet in on the other side, but Blue 4 has to decide how they're going to push in here. Based on the size of this AO, they're probably going to push in multiple different directions, especially since they spawn in multiple different spots. Blue 4, I mean, they've already all mounted up in boats and are ready to go too, so,
Real quick, I want to draw your attention to something. Go to the southwest Blue 4 spawn, and you see the 3 Humvees that are lining up to go west?
No.
They're going to go all the way down to the town of Somedo.
Yeah.
And then flank around from the southeast. Which actually isn't that bad because the southeast side of Sector 3 is all forest.
You know, I'm going to take that back, actually. I thought there was room for them to reposition on a different way, but there's all this cliff side around here, so they're just going to take the road instead. Humvees still don't get the best traction when going up these, hills over time, but that's just going to allow for Blue 4 to do an earlier dismount and push in, and also time for their boat forces to get in as well. So, we'll see it, but definitely they're picking multiple different directions to push in, because I'd imagine they're going to just test the perimeter, see where they can push in from, pull their forces back, go in through that side, and just try to get as much as their forces in the wire as they can to then close the CQC and grenade range, because that is where the attackers have the biggest advantage right now, is the ability to use grenades on defensive positions.
I hope for Blue 4's sake they do what I just said and attack from the southeast, because if you look around, I don't know if you remember, we had a mission on here with Byrock Tars in the hangar. It was a big hangar. Yeah. And the attackers really suffered because I, the mission maker, limited that southern attack on purpose. And they didn't have access to that forest, really, like a very small part of it. And they attacked from there, and because they didn't have access to a lot of the room, they got caught out in the open and crushed. So hopefully Blue 4 attacks from the southeast side because they have the entire forest to move up along. And everywhere else is open.
So another reason they won that fight was because their forces were too divided and they didn't reconsolidate in time, so they just kind of defeated themselves in detail as well.
That is
But by the way, when I say defeat in detail, for those who don't know, it's basically you have a larger force or you're fighting a larger force. How do I want to give this example? You're fighting a larger force, but that larger force is spread out amongst a bunch of different areas. So if you attack those different areas individually, where you bring your full force and you have the number advantage in, usually when you have a larger force, you steamroll the smaller force. So if you're able to inflict heavy casualties on the enemy while taking minimal casualties, and then you're able to basically maintain that number advantage in every individual fight, despite the fact the enemies have the larger force, they are still defeated in detail. And that is usually applied in FNF when you see the attackers, even though they start with anywhere from a 5 to 20% number advantage, they still lose. Because they put their forces across so many different areas where they can't support each other, and the defenders, being more congregated in certain areas, just counterattack and steamroll. And it happens more often than you'd think. Right off the bat, we're seeing some opening engagements as Blue 4 engages X-Ray. They try to set up on a position to spot Blue 4 coming in. So literally within the first minute, we're seeing some early engagement here. So it looks like they're going to immediately pull back to their Vic and reposition. Not a bad call at that point, because there's not much they can do after getting spotted so early like that. So we'll see if they try to do some sort of repositioning there. Otherwise, if Green 4 could find a decent angle to pick people off early, that would be a great way to play, but Blue 4 unfortunately have their eyes open. Now, a quick soliloquy to that. I've seen what happens when the attacking faction doesn't have their eyes open. My favorite one actually happened on the more recent side a few months ago. A marksman literally on his own, not a marksman, the sniper from X-Ray got behind an entire squad of people in the middle of a firefight, but there were pockets where there was no shooting, and he just started shooting them in the back of the head, and he was able to get every single one of them. He was within 50 meters, and no one bothered to turn the fuck around. The last guy did. He caught a fucking bullet to the face. It was something. That guy had over a dozen kills by the end of the match. It was so dumb. It's crazy what we see in Friday night fights. Yeah, when Falcon does it, he gets in trouble. But when other people do it, Yeah. Granted, I will give credit where credit's due. FNF has been cracking down on that from what I've heard, so... It's okay, Falcon. Now everyone is bullied about it equally.
Yeah, I think in the future we're going to be implementing some changes to get away from lone wolfing legally as well. Because there are some instances where, like, a good example is the headquarters section. You know how there's 3 guys in it? Typically what you'll see is...
That's how Falcon got banned for a while before it got overturned, because he got invited to the headquarters section and they went off to do something.
I think we're going to be looking at that in the future. Our staff in particular is, with the rework.
It's understandable. Oh, and Navy got recalled. That's unfortunate.
Oh yeah, fun fact about N4's uniform.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's Serbian desert.
Yeah, is it the chocolate chip one?
Yeah.
Yep. So I've counter fun fact. Whenever I need to go to winter camouflage, because RHS doesn't really have any good winter camouflages, I always use that one. It just works.
Yeah, it is good.
It's like the only one you can really use, but it still works pretty decently. As long as you're not on a completely flat white map, it just works. I don't know why. I just feel like Todd Howard when I say it. It just works. but I'm not, because it actually works decently. It doesn't bug out and cause mass murder. Well, other mods do that, but I digress. It just works.
Yeah, you wouldn't think the Serbians would have desert camo, but I actually do some stuff in real life in the Middle East.
Nice. So Blue 4, as you predicted, are actually pushing a lot more forces around that flank. I thought they were going to send stuff up to back up their boat groups. But it looks like that opening, it's just another strong arm, weak arm play, which barely worked last time. It came down to the PvP, and it's going to be another smaller sector, so we'll see if there's a bounce back. But I think here there's just too much territory for Green 4 to cover on their own. Something will eventually give.
Yeah, it looks like they're going for a pincer. The west is coming from the lone land, and the east, southeast is coming from the forest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of worried about the western one, though, with Scandy Recon.
Yeah.
Because that's at least 150 meters of open ground they have to cover once they get to the top.
The only issue they have to worry about, though, is the guard towers. And even then, there's a little bit of defilade for them to work with if they stay on the northern side of this bump. Because if you actually get on the ground level, it's even covered by the guard towers. There's some well-placed trees. So you could see Scandy get close enough to actually pick off the guard tower units. And they don't have any cover up there. Because it's all open railing. The only thing that's covered is like their freaking shins and below. So just a few well-placed shots on a spot where Green 4 can't even maneuver, and they should be good.
Oh, Charlie HQ just fell off a building.
Of course he did. Wow. You know, I make fun of this, but you'd be surprised how often this happens in FNF. I want to say at least once a week, if not once every other week, there is someone that falls off a building and knocks themselves out. And sometimes they don't get back up. That is what they sit at for the rest of the mission, is just that. Falcon saying it happens twice a week. I mean, sometimes, yeah, I've seen up to 4 or 5 people fall off of something. The mission that this one referenced previously, where Pierce did that aquatic thing over by Corazal, they Flux fell off and killed himself from the side of a wall in a castle structure, and 2 other people fell off throughout there and knocked themselves out. So, social Darwinism at work, yeah, right? Him fluxing my jet saying I risked it. Yes, you did, buddy. And it did not pay off for you. Sorry to say. In the moment, it probably seemed like a good idea, because I completely understand that. Oh yeah, just imagine your commander giving you this amazing plan saying, don't worry, I'll coordinate you, and then he just falls off a building and dies.
So I might have miscounted Blue 4 a little bit by one number, but it's 34 N4 versus, I believe, 49 Blue 4.
Did you say 34 versus 49?
I believe so.
Bruh.
Because I was like, where is N4 at? And I'm looking around, I'm like, there's a lot of blue, not a lot of green.
That's, I'm going to present you with one yike, sir. Because you're right, there, yeah, the full dismounted group over there. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Once again, I'm going to present you with the one nuke.
Yeah, they're really going to have to rely on defeating detail here, N4 that is.
But, I mean, with so many forces, they got some advantages here. I mean, Scandia is on their own. You got Bravo on their own as well in a team, and then everything else coming on from another side, Delta and Charlie working together. So, there's room for it, but another thing I'm going to say, the defensive positions by default on maps like Sarani, the Arma 2 ported maps, don't have a lot to work with because there's still a lot of serial box style maps that just don't offer a lot of overwatching positions. Nice bra. Hi. Can I help you?
So, okay. Is it okay if we risk it?
Yeah, it's fine. That's fine.
Oh, no.
Yep, there's the tower getting completely taken out as I predicted. I don't know why there are 4 people up there, but yeah, that worked out just as well as I thought it would. Whatever. I'm fine. I gotta work. Whatever. Sure. It's fine. Boo, I really do have to focus on this. I'm sorry. It's match commentary. I can't really distract like Zusops. No. Please, honey. Honey, because it boops the mic.
Someone says you gotta range those down, dude.
It boop.
A little too down.
Love you, Boo. Yeah, whatever. All right, so Blue 4 pushing around this flank. They did a great job of engaging that cargo tower. Bartek woke back up. But, I mean, there's a lot of blood right under that tower just to show you how much damage was done. And then you got Blue 4 firing over at X-Ray. They're catching Mackenzie out of position. He gets headshotted and taken out. The remainder of forces outside of the perimeter are really close to this position up here. You see Sam taking a lot of grenade fire. It's messy. What's that? I don't know why there are 4 people up there. You never know. You honestly never know. But that was indeed a certified yike. Yeah, so this initial attack by this group, they're trying to pull as much as they can to this side so the main force can come in through this forested area, but it's really hard to defend against this push because you got Blue 4 overwatching with heavy M2 fire from this little ridge here, and the rest of the infantry is going to push up from the forest. It's very tough to defend against. Now, we are seeing some pickoffs here. Nemesis just got knocked out. You got some GLs trying to bounce off and knock off the walls, but it's not working. Those walls are being resilient enough. And they're actually going to flank around and go to where X-Ray was previously, and I think X-Ray pulled back in. We got some other X-Ray forces that have gone north instead, and now they're taking fire from Blue 4 X-Ray. As they are now smoking their position, trying to get around. Dooley caught in the open here, is able to get away just in time as he takes fire. So I'm going to imagine an explosive specialist is probably going to throw a satchel around here. Yanni's trying to time a grenade to where that tower is. And he gets both of them with that one grenade. Wow. That was a great timed throw. You got the other 2 Green 4 guys turning around watching. Oh, another grenade barely being thrown over. Azurai doing the low throw, but Yanni already showed him up with that one. Ooh, that was a good one. Right in that puppy down.
Oh, I thought that was just going over the wall.
The straw shoe onion burger then, Boo. You'll find it. I believe in you. All right, so they were doing some double tapping on those guys on the tower. Yes, I'll take a milkshake. You don't have to grab your titties that way, Boo. I get it. But I appreciate the symbolism. Ooh, so the really funny thing here is Green 4 dug this little trench here to block the under part of the wall, and Blue 4 is now climbing over it. They're not able to get enough there, but that's going to put them in a spot to potentially throw grenades over too. Oh, man. Yeah, so they're just going up there. They're popping smokes right over.
Charge.
You fucking... Well, he got the wall, but that was...
Yeah, I think that was the point.
That was... No, he was trying to throw it over.
Oh.
And he just threw it above him, and then it just fell at his face. That was... Because if you wanted to demo it... never mind. Never mind. At least no one died. All right? It still works out. It still got their forces in, but I know what he was trying to do, and that is not what he was trying to do.
This is I just want to say, this is really good play by VOD.
Oh yeah, this is turning into a pretty nasty steamroll.
Yeah. I mean, everyone's doing exactly what they need to do in the right place.
Yanni just caught around. His buddy just got hit by Bant in the tower here, maximizing the God, what is it called? The glass. That's slightly
The tint.
tinted. That's it. Yes. Hot grenade finds Yanni. Yanni explodes. So Blue 4, I mean, they're starting to lose a good chunk of their numbers here in this initial assault. Now you're seeing Charlie come up on another side. Bravo is in no position to support, and you still got Delta on Overwatch. Blue 4 X-Ray actually got a lot of dudes pinned, killed by Dooley and Sam, who are still alive. We could still see Green 4 secure victory with a defeat in detail. Nemesis trying to find Shy. Shy taking his handgun out. And Nemesis eventually gets the kill. So a lot more Green 4 guys just disappeared, but Blue 4 down to 6 people on this outer sector here. Now Bravo, Blue 4 is coming in rush style. They're gonna basically dismount in the middle and continue the push.
They've just timed it perfectly, I think.
Yeah, with where to come in from. And Green 4 just doesn't really have anything to deal with this. You got Dream over here with the RPK. Oh man, I'm waiting to see if he makes a move. There it is. And he immediately gets blown to hell. Oh man.
Platoon 8 here is getting some good kills right now on the Humvee.
I don't mean to bully Dream. I'm gonna write that timestamp down because that was pretty funny.
Hello.
Liru's bullying you.
Oh, what happened?
I just thought it was funny that you had the perfect lineup, you got a kill, and then immediately blew up to something.
What happened? I'm actually interested because I
Ooh,
don't
Bant
know what blew me
got
up.
picked off. I didn't know if I didn't see if it was a grenade or not. I caster cursed at you essentially, but I think it was just a GL fired on your position, maybe by a Green 4 guy, and it just blew you away as you start RPKing them.
Because, Maz, you might be able to confirm this to me.
Sector 2 is about to be captured.
When you die, you're automatically shown to your killer, aren't you?
Yes, unless something like you got killed by fragmentation, in which case it just sends you to a random person.
Which I think that must have been then. So I'm gonna have to check because
If you had fragmentation, then it was a grenade, in which case it might have been Blue 4 just throwing something up there. There you go, Sector 2. Delta got out and took it. You've got Sector 1 still contested here. Spiky being the only one in the sector again. I mean, Spiky's just playing a great survivalist strategy here at this point.
I just watched Oliver hit a dude direct on the kill.
how many kills I got? I imagine it was just the one.
One. Daedalus and Weak playing chicken with each other. Daedalus running out of maneuvering room here. I mean, Blue 4 just have the numbers in the sector. As soon as Spiky gets killed, all these guys are going to fold into the other spot. Oh, Dobbs spotted Spiky's rifle. Spiky somehow avoided a headshot there. Dobbs pulls back as well. But yeah, there was like a 13-person lead here. Pierce just got a great pickoff. Now he's firing GLs on the wall. Face has come around, gets a kill with the Mark 11. Gets a can't get the second pickup, gets it, and then immediately taps Knowledge, killing 3 people here with no reprieve. Only 2 people in that Green 4 sector now. Spiky pulled out and got Dobbs, only to be picked off by Whiplash. That is Sector 1 taken. 1 remaining person, 2 remaining in the final sector here. Green 4 platoon could also still run in. Oddball. Bendel got a great kill there. Oddball runs into the sector. Now 3 people in the zone. This is going to be over in 4 minutes. It's going to be a quick 20-minute round. Short and sweet.
So, were Blue 4 just stronger?
Yes.
They just pushed in all their forces at the same time, and it worked out. Plane just exploded. Wow, all of Green 4 X-Ray finally got killed off on the northern side. Don't know how that turned around because they they had 2 people to 1, so I guess Blue Force sent some reinforcements up there or something. And now you got the 50 suppressing some of these buildings here.
34 green 4.
Aim the Stars trying to suppress down this fatal funnel, but Green 4 is able to break away in time. Oddball, I think, bad frag, was trying to throw a smoke instead. Aim of the Stars, nope, he pulled back before that GL could hit him. Could also have Patriot fold in the sector here, as Lurch has. They got all hands on deck here. Lurch needs to be careful because there's a 50 right there. Put a flare round over yonder. Oh, Wheaton's turning. He took a hit. Wheaton quickly folds in as Lurch tries to light him up, but misses all those shots, unfortunately. 4 people remaining. I don't know who... Oh, it was Patriot, who's on the edge, unconscious there. Could still wake back up. Unlikely, though. Now, we could see some Blue Foot crossfire, though, but I think there's just too many people here. 2 minutes.
Yeah, so sorry, someone came in as I asked. Also, what tower are people talking about a lot?
Northwestern Tower. 4 people climbed up there, and Scandia immediately killed one, knocked another dude. It was silly.
Sakes.
Oddball trying to come around the flank here.
So yeah, so Blue 4 would just clinical, I imagine.
Yeah. Like I said, they green 4
Sorry, yeah, I didn't know.
Oddball catches Rory in a reload.
So let's give him a warm.
Wheaton folds back in before he's headshotted. More smoke's going on in his position.
It's a 15 to 20% difference.
Patriot did wake back up, only get knocked out by Aim of the Stars, but yeah, the number advantage here was just way too massive for 10%, in my opinion. One of the green 4 guys getting taken out by Ash and Swola. Explosive satchels being thrown around as well. Patriot bleeds out. 3 green 4 remaining. As I say that, grenade skimming around. Oddball running from the 50. They're able to dodge all of those shots.
Oh, wow, 1 grenade just pick up 2.
Oddball trying to pick off Twins' feet. Unable to do it. Pierce now going on the offensive here. Might catch Ash on the rear.
Goku woke back up and then as soon as, like, literally frame
take the
one,
grenade.
As soon as he woke up, took the grenade.
Amazing. All right, Pierce, check your left. Nope, Ash is going to be able to pull around here. Looks like he's firing at people behind him or double tapping.
Oh, Ash. Oh, yeah, no, you were saying that.
Nemesis going to run through. But Nemesis is going to catch Pierce there as... Who fired a fucking flare into
Nemesis
Pierce?
Fired a flare.
Did
Amazing.
Pierce kill Ash?
He didn't kill him with the flare, so Pierce killed Ash.
Was that not friendly fire?
No.
Oh, it was Pierce, so did someone come up behind?
Pierce shot the guy in the shed.
Pierce killed Ash. Nemesis came around and shot Pierce because he heard the sound, yeah.
Wait, so
That was beautiful.
was there friendly fire there?
No.
Oh,
No friendly
good.
fire.
I don't know what was going on.
Whiplash takes a shit ton of fire from Oddball, but he is unable to go down. We're at the 30-minute mark. Green 4 might survive an extra minute.
Bendel just put like 25 rounds.
Yeah. Nemesis throwing a really well-placed grenade. It's going to roll. Nope, gets caught in the corner. If that rolled just literally an inch more, it would have gotten Oddball. Oddball, he's picked up an enemy 240 Bravo on Blue 4, and he's using it to mag dump who he can, and he takes a headshot.
Wrong side.
I
It's
think
just
from
Bendel
Blas.
left.
He's got a PKP, but unfortunately, Nemesis is here.
No, Bendel just needs to move into a different into one of the different sections. See if that works.
He's one of the newer communities, though. I don't think he's going to know the meta.
Bendel? Jay Bendel? He's from 4IB. Am I wrong in that?
It says Gren G, and they're a community here, so...
I thought he left. I thought Bendel left 4IB. I don't know, I'll have to ask him. Stock.
Look at the guy near Dobbs Z hanging over the Hesco.
Damn. Bendel moves out as Dobbs... Oh,
amazing.
I think Dobbs saw him. And there it is.
He just got sniped from Dobbs, yeah! Wait, how did Dobbs go down?
You did.
Is he up for you guys?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Did he just lick his lips? That's a little awkward. Okay. Alright.
Oh yeah, Liru, I wanted to talk to you
Here's
about
that bug for
something
me.
funny that happened last week that I can't exactly talk on air about.
Okay, well, You can tell me in the intermission, because I'll be on for a little bit after for round 3, okay?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
He's just
Wait, so
napping
now?
and licking his lips.
I mean,
No, Mass,
after
how you
round
doing? After round 3.
Oh, yeah.
I'm waiting for it to change so I can adjust. Have fun, Dream.
Bye. I shall.
I am also still alive. I'm glad we have that in common. You know what, chat? Let me know in chat if you are still alive too, so we can also have things in common. I think it's great to always have common ground when you, you know, engage in a conversation with someone. You know what, yeah, chat, take the whole day. Goes, well, I literally just had some water too, so that's perfect. You're not living, Stoken? Then how are you typing if you're not living? Do you get a cookie? Yeah, if you're alive, you can go make a cookie. Hell yeah. I'd miss Sniper too. He's busy with school these days, though, unfortunately. But he occasionally comes back. Dead inside? Mickey. Yeah.
Oh no, a Fred mission.
I feel that. Okie dokie, a Freddy mission. What's bad about a Freddy mission? Oh, Blue 4 with a 13% number advantage. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Nothing's wrong with the Fred mission, I just like teasing him.
Ah, I see. What was that? A Destroy 2? Yeah. Biggest number advantage I've seen on the night so far. 2 M2 Humvees and transports. What does OP4 have? 2 PKT Vodniks. Which are really shitty in my opinion, because you can't turn in without switching seats. And when you move the guns, it doesn't move your character at all. It literally just, like, telekinesis moves the gun, which just keeps you super exposed.
They are amphibious, though, which is cool.
That is a nice bonus, and since this is on Viralati, we could see that come into play here. All right, I'm on board.
They're like shitty versions of Tigers.
Let's just do D-Day with Vodniks. That sounds like a good idea. Let me just also smack myself in the face. That also sounds like a good idea.
Hey, this isn't NA. Why does it say NA?
Maybe because they're going to run this mission in NA too, as round 3. Because they didn't have enough missions sent in, which sometimes does happen. Fuck. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? Fuck, I completely lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, do you know when the mod set change is happening for the next map rotation?
I do not, although I'm currently talking to them about it, and I think they're going to do it soon, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't think there is a set date just yet. I do know the new template will be coming out soon, though, with the new uniforms and factions and stuff. We've been polishing the template to make sure it's good. And I think 2 of the missions tonight are using the new template.
All right.
But they might have already been played, and we just don't know. And they might have not used the cool new factions, which would upset me.
I'm sorry, man.
There's more 1980s factions in the new template. I believe... I can't remember what I added last. I believe I added Iran for modern. Some other factions, too.
All right. Well, I can't wait to see the work, Maz.
Thanks.
I'm just jamming out to the music right now and chilling. So this will be our third round for the EU branch. We will still be covering all 3 rounds of NA. In between that time, I'm probably going to be pulled away for some dinner, so I won't stream DayZ. I will stream DayZ after the NA branch. And then that should be it for me tonight. I'll probably just be on doing bookkeeping work and whatnot as well. I think Bloodwind would be watching the door right now because I'm expecting a new greenhouse unit to install sometime over the weekend. Probably turn that to a little stream as well because why not?
You're going to do like monthly updates on your stuff you grow?
If not weekly, actually, because a lot changes in a week, believe it or not. I've had another batch of seedlings sprout, so I want to get those in one of my greenhouses probably by the end of the week. It is the end of the week. Start of next week. But what I'm doing right now is I'm doing an experiment of leaving them outside during the day and then at night pulling them in and putting them under grow lights and regulating the temperature to fluctuate between 70 and like 85 degrees with the heating unit so I can, keep running tests on them. But I've noticed it is actually having a very positive effect on their growth rate.
Send in
compared to a control group I have out as well.
Man,
so.
I missed watching FNF streams at
control
Steam.
group.
Well, the control group's growing fine outside, the rate itself. It's just, how would I put it? The seedlings are like doubled in length right now and already are branching out like their first true leaves instead of their cotyledons. So it's all fascinating shit to me. It would probably bore the hell out of a lot of people watching your PvP.
No, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, just my little hobbies I do outside of YouTube so I can keep myself sane and fight off burnout. Rebel Nomads, thanks for the 17-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario, my man. Exactly. Do you plan to put them in a garden at all? I'm going to be honest, I'm probably for these specific seedlings. It's peas. So I'm going to test some of the internal wire frame stuff ideas I have to see if they'll climb up them properly. I want to do beans, but beans also grow really, really far up. So I'd have to like make a quadruple thing, which I'm, still debating how I'm going to do that specifically, but I might be able to find a way. But regardless, we're just taking it one step at a time as things grow. So. But I think it would be really cool if, like, on the first level, I had beanstalks going all the way to the top. Did it arrive, Boo? What are you waiting for? Oh, you're leaving? Oh, to get the food. I'm sorry, Boo. They have onion rings? Oh, make sure you grabbed an order then. All right, Boo. Love you. Bye. She's excited because we're going to take out for Greek food, but she doesn't want to drive that far. So instead we're doing Silver Diner, and she loves Silver Diner, so...
Oh, is that some kind of local restaurant?
It's
or regional?
It's God, I'm blanking. It's not a regional thing. It's like American diner food, which she really likes. So it's good, but very fucking unhealthy. Yes, yes. Who won last round? It was the attackers. Blue 4. They steamrolled the hell out of green 4. Otherwise, first round was really close. It went really back and forth for a while. Second round was pretty much a steamroll. Third round, we'll see what happens. Yes, Boo. What? Oh, it's here? All right, cool. I'll be back in a second. All right. So I'm excited too because I've got 2 greenhouse units now. One's going to be out of the 4 shelves, which are really tiny. No offense to it, but one of them I'm doing shorter plants in and using 2 of the shelves. And then another one, I'm going to try to grow some taller plants, like trees.
Nice. What kinds of trees? Like bonsai?
So there's a fig tree around here I want to get some saplings for. There's a lemon tree I want to start. And then an apple tree or 2.
Nice.
So if I just keep them in a greenhouse all year round, they won't go into a hibernative stage, in which case I can accelerate their growth. So I don't have to wait 20 years. I can get it down to like 12. But if I, in the first few years of growth and development, just put it in a greenhouse, I can get it to start producing fruit within a year. And it's only going to be like a few, but you know, a few is all you need.
Yeah. Sounds cool, man. I was expecting the greenhouse to be a lot smaller when you said indoors.
Yeah, so it only goes up to like 61 inches.
Oh, wow, okay.
So it's like 1 or 1.5 feet by, I want to say 3 feet, a little under, I think 31 inches, and then by 61. So it has 4 shelves in it. And then for one of them, I'm literally just removing all of the shelves except the bottom one. And then the other one, I'm going to basically use those shelves because it's a wire mesh. I can tie those with zip ties to the back of the other one, and I can literally like grow bean stalks or pea stalks up them as well. So that should be fun. What, no weed in an indoor greenhouse? You know, it's really funny because when I was talking to someone a few days ago talked about I need proper ventilation for a greenhouse. I never thought about that, but yeah, greenhouse plants, you know, they consume carbon dioxide. So if you seal it off, you can't actually choke them if you don't have any ventilation going in. So I looked into that, but the guy who sold it to me, he's like, yeah, no, look at these guys because they know what they're talking about. I look them up. They're all weed. They're all weed growers. And I'm like, oh my God, but they know their shit. So I'm just like, damn, like, here I am doing all this research here, like, for all this stuff, you know, going to people for, like, beans. And we have, like, all these, like, really nice, like, elderly men and women growing, you know, indoor gardens and shit. No, and then you have, like, these young people that I can relate to better growing weed, but they're totally on point with how to grow it. And I'm like, fuck, like, just take what they're doing and just apply it to a regular greenhouse to grow vegetables, and it works fine. It works fine. So I'm still waiting on another desk fan because I have one for one of the units. The other one I need to get, though, to circulate the hot air inside.
It's a fucking shit show in there. I'm coming up here because I like you guys.
And the, and I'm getting some lunch trays because they're the perfect size for the shelves inside. And you need to have something catch water from the drainage holes. And I don't want it to drip down because the heating unit that I'm going to be putting on the bottom to let the heat air rise, it's water resistant but not waterproof. So I don't want water to drip on it in like its critical weakness spot and cause an electrical fire. Even though I have an angle so it won't, but you know, safety precautions anyway.
Yeah. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab dinner.
Go ahead.
8 seconds and it's already 10 times better than that fucking room.
I'm just talking about indoor greenhousing because...
Oh, yeah, you've been talking about that for a while.
The whole reason I'm doing this is because I tried growing stuff indoors over the winter, and unfortunately it just got a little too cold and the plants would stop growing, and unfortunately all passed, so...
Yeah, I remember you talking about that. So is it, what, are you getting it all, like, properly done then?
Mm-hmm. So... Is
this actually just a
I have one built, and I have another one that just arrived, and I have all the equipment for it. Really great point brought up by Breadshid. The space is small enough where if I have the heating unit going on, it actually dehumidifies the entire greenhouse down to like 20 to 30%. The thing is, for certain stages of growth, you need a high humidity, especially for seedlings. And since I'm going to be growing things in perpetual cycles, I actually need the humidity to stay at certain levels. But this is not going to be like a full 24-hour greenhouse. This is literally going to be like a 12 and 12. So what I can do is during the day while I'm growing everything, I can put the lights to the fullest intensity, have the humidity on, and keep it at a low humidity. But in the evening, I can dim my grow lights because saplings can't handle full grow lights too well. And then I can keep the humidity high to encourage saplings to grow. The risk with that, of course, is infesting all of the other plants with fungi and stuff. So it's just going to be a few seasons of experimenting to see, do I really need a dehumidifier for all of it? Because these are small units. So all the equipment I put in there is going to need space. And that space is going to take away from what I can put in there and as a whole. So it's all just, a lot of experimentation. I literally was awake all of last night till 5 a.m. Binge watching Stargate SG-1, editing videos, and every 15 to 20, actually every 5 minutes, I would go in my back room and I would look at the greenhouse temperature of if I set the heating unit to this temperature, left it on for this amount of time before the timer turned it off, and then if I angled the fan in 3 different areas, what got me the most temperature below 85 degrees and what kept the longest out of everything. So the best one I found was I set the heater to 70 degrees for 5 minutes. I have the fan pointing at the heater at about a 45-degree angle, so it blows at the direction to bring air into the unit, but also up. And it helps circulate the heat up there, so my upper temperature unit was up to 86.5 degrees, and my lower temperature unit, because I have 2, because I'm going to put one in each greenhouse, but I got both of them at the same time before I got the greenhouse, so it helped me test. The temperature all the way up on the top was that, and then the bottom one was it was less than 3 degrees below, so I got good circulation, and it lasted for 2.5 hours.
This just in, popular streamer and YouTuber busted for weed farm.
Why does everyone...
Because it sounds fun. If you think about it, it just kind of sounds funny when you think about it, because you're putting a lot of time into this. Which is great,
I know. So let me
me
explain something here though, because one of my buddies did do that in college, and he literally had his room broken into and like all of his shit stolen. Yeah. I don't want that to happen to me, so I appreciate the joking of it, but I actually do get a little spooked here because I feel like if someone thought I was growing stuff,
I'm just growing cucumbers.
They could actually dox me, break into my house, and then they're going to get pissed off when they find a bunch of peas, and I don't really want to deal with that, Like,
I'm just growing peas,
it's a little bit of a fear of mine.
Okay, I've got to hop back in. Enjoy your...
I have a gun, but I don't want to use it, that sort of thing.
I have a gun.
I don't want this conversation to go here, because I'm going to go into my own personal politics, and this is not the place. So let's get off the fucking topic, please.
I'm back.
Welcome back, Maz. What button to toggle your freaking... Look, here's the thing. It is a genuine fear of mine for someone to break into my house, okay? It is a genuine fear. Because I don't want any of that shit. I've had people threaten to dox me in the past. I've gotten death threats in the past. It's fine. I don't care. I don't want to do anything that's going to make myself a target. I don't even want people to joke about anything that's going to make me a target. Because I genuinely do not want to deal with having to deal with someone breaking into my house while I am present and while no, I'm not going to make noises on that. I'm stressed. Give me a second. Okay, I deal with massive multi-week fucking DDoSers. I would rather have that in a heartbeat than have people threaten to break into my fucking place over stupid shit. Yes, I do. What's that? And I clean it often. Because a few years ago, I got... Actually, for legal reasons, I can't go into that. Let's just say I have someone that sells me bulk ammo at really good deals. We were able to get a lot of 9mm for like 22 cents a round. And my father helped me get that because he wanted to shoot it off with me. Because we had to buy it in bulk, but it was nice. It's a nice family activity I have with my brother and my father and some of my cousins. But anyway, massively off topic. Let's focus on FNF. All right, so brief. Made by Fred. Background. Let there be slaughter. Area of operations. There is no background, only death. Cool. That literally means it's the entire fucking map, isn't it? Yep. Oh, wait, no. Well, that's massive anyway. He also rotated it slightly, which throws off my OCD, but that's fine. And then rules, Blue 4, only one squad is allowed in the second safe zone. Game mode, 2 caches to destroy. All right, medium mission variables, 650 render distance, 250 build points. So that's double the default. Falcon 1000, actually. And we are already through a third of it. Anyway, medium anti-tank settings, I'll get into it in a second, but both sides have 2 AT rounds per launcher. Otherwise, let's go into Blue 4 here. Blue 4 are modern American Army multicam units here. We have platoon lead, platoon sergeant, squad leader, team leader, auto rifleman, assistant grenadier, grenadier IR, which have the hunt IR rounds that they fire into the air. They turn into cameras. You can use them to get a bird's eye view. Machine gunner assistants, combat engineers, light anti-tank, medium anti-tank 1 and 2 because they can be separate. Admin note, if you play this mission before, please try and limit your influence on previous missions. I guess this means they hosted it in a previous time. It might have been while I was away, though, because I did take away... I wasn't here for an EU branch 1 or 2 weeks ago, but I digress. Recon infantry scout, who have the suppressed weapons. Designated marksman for Blue 4, that's a Mark 11. Sniper for the X-ray group. Crew lead, crewman, pilot, medics, and then your base kit. Loadouts, we're going to have Mark 16s, M16s, A4s, and M4A1s. Glock 17 is the secondary, M249 for the auto rifleman, M240 Golf for the machine gunners. Light anti-tank for light anti-tank gunners are going to have the M136 single-shot disposable rifle. X-ray get a Mark 2010 ESR for the sniper and various different camouflages that they're choosing as a bolt action 308 sniper. Mark 14 or SOCOM 16 for the 2 suppressed shooters, both 20-round NATO 7.62 by 51 NATO battle rifles there, again suppressed. And then crew and aviation get either an MP7 or an M4A1. Crew served weapons. Assets wise, they get 5 motorcycles, 4 transport trucks, 2 cars, 2 M2 Humvees, and 8 armed transport. So 10 total here, actually. Just one is a different skin. Op 4, meanwhile, their uniforms are going to be the Modern Separatist Cossack forces. Scrolling down, I'm pretty sure it's going to be an SVD. Yep, DMR gets the SVD and an engineer backpack. Interesting. Engineer backpack, you can tell because they have the bolt cutters on the rear. So whoever did that is probably silly and doesn't know what engineer backpacks are. He's probably dumb. He's very dumb, yeah. Hi, Maz. Love you, buddy. Otherwise, AK-74 modern or AKS-74s for the primary weapons here. MP443s for the secondary. RPKs for the light machine gunners, which are the auto riflemen. PKPs for the medium machine gunners, also known as the machine gunners themselves. RPG-26 for the single-shot disposable light anti-tank weapon. Recon gets the T-5000 sniper, chambered in 338. The 2 suppressed shooters get a choice of an AKS with 45-round mags for 5.45 or an AS-FAL with 20-round mags of 9x39. Crew and aviation get the choice of either PP-2000 or an AKS. Nothing for their crew-served weapons. They get 4 transport Vodniks, 2 PKT Vodniks, and 6 motorcycles. Again, those Vodniks are amphibious, which is quite nice. However, based on the map, it looks like that amphibious isn't going to be needed because they are mostly inland and they are also defending. Otherwise, the cache zones are as follows. You got one all the way down to the south, and you've got one trickled up on the north, literally on opposite corners of each other. Green 4 probably is going to go for some sort of force split here, and Blue 4 is going to... They are allowed 1 squad to spawn on the southern side. Everything else goes on the north. So that's going to keep them all close together here. Looks like almost all of those Vics are spawning on the northern side. You're going to check south real quick. There's probably going to be like a single transport or 2 Humvees for them to move around with. And yep, Humvees and motorcycles. Lovely. Anyway, going over our roster here, starting on Blue Fort, we have Gordon commanding, Blam as the 2IC, Arcane being the platoon medic, Chai leading X-Ray with Dream as the medic for X-Ray, Olaf. There we go. I is the toggle for this little interface right here that shows the gun and their kill count and whatnot and symbol. Olaf being the 2IC mutant, being the suppressed shooter. Mackenzie also being the suppressed shooter, both going with suppressed Mark 14 EBRs. And G-Legs is being the sniper. Seismo leading Alpha HQ. He's got Reaper, actually Lolo leading Alpha 1. Reaper, Sam, Spiky, and Lurch are under him. Bartek leading Alpha 2 with Llama, Adamek, and Revolk. Again, the slashes in the name indicate squad or team leaders there. Norris leading Charlie with Sholand as the 2IC. Steve under Charlie, actually, no, leading Charlie 1 with Present My Love, Daedalus, Bayant, Dooley, Iqbal, and Kabubi. Delta HQ being led by Pierce with Mitten, Bendel, Roche, Shun, Swede, Twins, Waldo, Firefly, Hoba, Tilsiter, Nulch, Fons, and Riper. And then Op 4 being led by Holton with Schneider as the 2IC and Fred as the medic. They do not have an X-ray element down. It's Aim with the Stars on top of the roster for Alpha 2, but I see Wise and Rodrigue both with leadership elements there. But regardless, Aim with the Stars, Gogu, Pro Hunter, Solomons, Thompson, Patriot, and Eric Hiru are all in this group. Yanni leading Bravo 1 with Iander, Parrot, and Whiplash, and Dobbs. Nemesis leading Bravo 2 with Cullis, Navs, Malin, Major Khan, and Azariah. Newton leading Delta HQ, Delta 1 led by Khalil with Ant, Blast, Renly, Alipuz, and Coco. Ash leading Wheaton, Tackleberry, Swallow, Rory, and Gazog. Then we got Pete under Alpha HQ and Banks under Charlie 2, all as separate groups, which they'll probably merge later. So overall, not a bad roster here on either side. Attackers with a 13% numbers advantage is pretty hefty, though, and based off of how we saw last mission get steamrolled, I wouldn't be surprised if something similar happens, even though these are larger AOs. Op 4 being forced to separate them on 2 objectives here is going to thin them out, and Blue 4... I mean, there's not even going to be a defeat detail, just going to be a massive wave overall. Quote-unquote hydrate doesn't work right now because I don't have an alcoholic drink, but I do have a regular thing, so let me take a sip because I did talk for a while. So on the topic that I brought up, what I generally do is I'll get an email, and it'll just, you know, have a few things of what they have. He has like a lot of 5.7 right now, for example, but he'll shoot me a price. And I'll talk to my dad because he's the gun nut. He's the ex-military guy. A lot of his family is military. He actually, yeah, I got 5 minutes. He has a Chinese AKM with the fold-out bayonet that his father, my grandfather, got from Vietnam. And the story is there were a few PAVLN guys out while my grandfather was landing a helicopter, and they literally picked them off, landed next to them, grabbed their guns, and flew out with them. But that is probably one of my more favorite guns to fire, even though it's a pain to find 7.62 by 39 right now. But digression aside, he keeps all the ammo with him because he's the one with the big gun saves for it. And then we just, when we have time, we go fire it off because it's fun. But, God, that AK, it took me like 3 or 4 sessions to get my stance right with it because it has a kick. It has quite the fucking kick.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. That's a cool story.
Mm-hmm. He tells it better than me, though. But he also has all of our family history down, at least on his side. And it's a lot of military history with that one, but I won't go too much in it.
Other than that,
I just have a handgun because that's all I need right now. Ammo is expensive, guns are expensive. I am still trying to, you know, set myself up. But I've got my spot for it. It's secure. I don't keep any ammo other than 1 spare mag, and well, technically 2 or 1 spare, and that is literally just for if someone breaks into my house.
Yeah, I only own 1 gun too, and my dad owns the rest, but
yep.
I own a M1 carbine.
Nice.
Yeah, it's my personal defense weapon, so in case someone breaks in.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where you hope to God you never have to use it, but you're glad it's there in case.
Yeah, well, there are some guys who prepare for it because they really want it to happen.
Yeah, I try not to associate myself with those people because they can get a little weird, but yeah. So far, that's right. So I'm starting my food prep first because here's the thing: I live around Northern Virginia right now. We have Dulles Airport right next to us. We got Washington, D.C. right next to us. We're in the zone where if, you know, World War III kicks off, 50-50, I'm getting nuked anyway. But if I don't, I want to at least live for a little bit, you know? Because we're pretty much back in the Cold War, but digression aside of politics, it's just, I like to also be self-sufficient, you know? It's just how I like to live my damn life.
So, what do you think about Op4 splitting their forces here over, like...
I think this is the biggest fucking mistake they can make, because by splitting their force, they're just making both objectives easier for Blue 4 just to steamroll. Now, I do see them splitting their force, which is also a mistake that Blue 4 would be doing at this point. If you have a 13% numbers advantage, you want to make...
They only have a 4-player advantage.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
It said 13%.
Yeah, I know, it's 42 Blue 4 and 38 Op4.
I mean, if that's the case and both sides split their forces, it's just going to go down to the PvP and whoever's better at that point. So, who do we have? We got Scandi on Op4. Who's been really shining? Where's Spiky? Spiky's actually been doing pretty good. We got Bay on Blue 4. Spiky on Blue 4. But Dream is on Blue 4, so we have to dock points. Naturally. Daedalus was also doing pretty well. He got some good multi-kills in the first round. Yeah, no, this can really go anywhere. So we'll just see how things go. Only one squad in the zone for the rules. Just a reminder, sorry if I didn't mention, well, yeah, no, they're good, they're good. And then I think after this round, I'm going to have to go eat dinner. I got to bring some plants inside, some saplings, because I want to keep nurturing them under the light, because now that I know it works, I'm going to be doing that to all of them. Because, again, I like growing my own food. I have a shit ton of Miracle Grow fertilizer, too. That's going to take me years to burn, but, yeah, I think it'll be cool. I get to show you guys a little more about myself with that, and, you know, expand the channel. It's not all about power tripping on a Zeus interface, which there's some gardening involved. God. I need to get out more. Fuck. Maz, I feel like I need to go out and touch grass, but I go out and touch grass every day. What do I do?
I don't know, man.
How do I touch more grass?
Touch sand?
Touch sand?
Yeah, feel the grains in your fingers.
Oh, that's all rough and coarse, and it gets everywhere. God, next thing I know, I'm going to kill like a freaking population of Tusken Raiders. Ah, it's everywhere, Maz.
Like the women and the children.
And the women and the children, exactly. Okay, I watched the Humvee abruptly stop, and I swear I thought we were going to have like a memory leak or desync issue. Oh my God, I literally had a mini heart.
Oh.
I see. I see. Okay. I see why they stopped now.
GG.
GG. Well, that happened. Yeah. I'm just gonna... Yeah. Yeah, admins will respawn you, but... Because they can do that now.
Yeah,
That's...
the Vietnam incident.
That was funny. Welcome to Friday Night Fights, the curse of round 3. Yeah, literally. Restart the mission right now. Exactly. Restart the mission. Maz, right now. Restart the mission.
I don't have the power to do that. I'm not staff.
My God. Caster cursing. I love it. Yeah, I'm like, oh, is that a desync spike? Nope, we're good. Oh, someone exploded. That's why. Wah, wah, wah. But yeah, another reason why I haven't been doing cooking streams a lot is because I haven't really been cooking a lot either. Mainly because we had the July party. We had a shit ton of leftovers that we literally lived off for like 2 to 3 weeks. And now that I'm also on my diet after coming back from vacation, I don't even eat that much. So these extravagant meals I would make from Bloodwind to myself, now it's just like a sandwich. With half of what I would normally put in there. I've gone from about 225 to 212 pounds. Been a little over a month since I started, so that's good too, but I'm just filling the void right now as we have Blue 4 come in. Really, this is just a total crapshoot because there's no number advantage here, just a few on everything, but Yeah. What's that? It wasn't off a bridge. They drove through in the middle of the night through the jungles of one of the Vietnam maps, which, from SOG Prairie Fire, and most of them armored themselves. The bridge going out, that one was still fair game. I don't think they restarted that one. They restarted the Valley drive-through one, which was also funny because, like, 4 of the transport Vics exploded and killed most of the attacking faction. Your story's better? Okay, yep. I've seen that happen, though. That's F&F for you. All right, otherwise we do have some Blue 4 vehicles coming around down to the south. They're going to rendezvous with a Blue 4 squad here. But yeah, no, it's literally just going to be a pincer move. Op 4 seems more fortified to the south, though, than the north, so that northern objective is eventually going to get taken, at least statistically. So eventually this force will then attack from the other side, but there's already an Op 4 garrison there, so... I don't know. Again, it's going to fall to the PvP. There's not really any tactics you can do when the numbers are this even. Because at this point, Blue 4 is only like 3 or 4 people ahead, so that's only like a 2 or maybe 3% number advantage at that point.
Sorry, I was helping my friend play 40K.
Oh, you're good, you're good. 40K like tabletop, or?
Yeah, he's sending me questions.
Nice. What'd you miss? Nothing much. They've just been starting the round more or less. I'm not what's that. I already had opportunity to. Did it for a bit. Not really my thing.
I'm one of those 20 minutes of walking and like 2 minutes of combat.
Yeah. But hey, it's gonna be a glorious 2 minutes.
At least Southside
Liru pulls all loot
in like 2 minutes.
Overlord Dane knows.
Look at this dad-ass Delta, or what is this? Yeah, Delta Blue 4 battle line they got going.
Is that Pierce's group? Yeah, I see his name. That's all I need to see. So again, Pierce as a squad leader is definitely one of the better groups we see in FNF. Him as a commander, don't always agree with.
He definitely makes some odd decisions. But like you've seen, some of those odd decisions just like win games.
Once in a while, they do win it for him. And I hate that, but you gotta be a little crazy in FNF to at least command. Anyway, they have started their attack, though. Op 4 started firing first. Looks like neither side have any casualties, and Op 4 is being quick to pull back off that line.
This is the spot of this map. We use the western side of Barolati or whatever.
Barolati?
Yeah, this is where the ambush and the first contact always happens. This stretch of road right here.
Yeah.
This is like the 5th time we play on this map, and it's always right here.
Yeah, in the area of Kamalima, or butchered that. But yeah, it's... I don't know, it just happens just to be that spot. It is quite interesting, though. Liru 1009. Still, okay, no, Wise was unconscious, but I think that's because he fell off a building. Yeah, he went right when he should have went forward, and he fell off the damn building. That's the second time that's happened in the EU branch. So yeah, no, Falcon was right. It happens like twice a week at the minimum. Anyway, no casualties on either side. Op 4 have pulled back from outer line defensive positions. So Bravo 1's folding into the objective. That's at least going to halt Delta's maneuver into the AO. X-Ray, however, has been trading pot shots with Mala and Azariah. But otherwise, neither side has really made any progress. Oh, and as I say that, a shot just went in Azariah's right arm. But shots were going in on G-Legs, who has smoked a little bit. Is that a GL? Yeah, Azariah is firing GP25 underbarrel GLs that have a max range of 400 meters. And he's landing them pretty accurately. That is causing Blue 4 to pull back because they don't want to risk taking any KIA from it. That's a smart call in there, and you already have some people flanking around as well. Yeah, this is going to be... It's going to continue to be a slow round as Blue 4 does their maneuvering here. A little bit of early firefights, nothing of note really happening. Just some trading of some shots, a few wounds here and there. Nothing major.
There's a Zeus Eagle flying around.
Malin.
Mr. Malin.
Ah, I see. So Malin, because usually he's the one that Zeus interface. I'm not throwing any accusations. I'm making a meme. Malin, you know, he's op 4. He has trained an Eagle to fly over Blue 4 and scout for that. Scout for op 4 here.
It's a rudimentary hunt IR.
Yeah. So we clearly fired that from Azariah's underbarrel, and it's gonna fly around and you know, give them accurate data on where Blue 4 is, and that's how they can track firing more GLs at him. No, I know they cycle admins for that duty because they like to have an admin kind of sit and watch people and make sure no one's stream sniping or whatnot. But how they do it, I don't fucking know. But I remember Malin told me he was happy because he didn't have to do it anymore because they were gonna rotate him out for someone else. That was a few weeks ago, so now he can enjoy the game again. I do like how Op 4 is, you know, trying to find all these positions on the windows to hide from. The one issue is their backpack practically doubles their profile, making them more noticeable on the windows because you got this like big green sack, and then you got a color contrast with these. It's not an E-tool, it's a wire cutter or something. And so you see this like black on the green texture, and then you see these like two orange rods. It really does draw your attention towards them, which is very unfortunate if you're trying to lay low and be stealthy. So interesting, Blue 4's northern group has divided into two squads. Only one squad's going to go to the northern objective, but there is more than one squad of Op 4 there, so they might now have the number advantage as the second half proceeds to go down and encircle the southern group. Maybe because they already took contact from the southern sector. Who's the commander here? Gordon is thinking, okay, if they've already taken fire, that means Op 4, since they don't have a full roster, is going to go all eggs in one basket on the southern one, so he's only wanting to send one squad up to the north to take that. That could be his mistake of the night that cost him the mission, because no, that one squad just turned around, they're pulling away. Which I do agree with. They need to keep everything on one objective going at a time, but this like full-on encirclement might blow up in their face, because Op 4 does have a good chunk of units here, and they might be able to hold from all directions, and encircle strategy is only going to work if all sides attack on the same time. Blue 4 has the time to coordinate it, but will the squad leaders follow through with that level of coordination? I doubt it. I think Pierce is going to go on the offensive first with X-Ray on the south. Op 4 might be able to then push those forces back, and then take fire from the north, and then reinforce the northern side and push Blue 4 back as well. Another example of defeat on detail, but on the defensive side, because the offense can't properly coordinate their attacks. Backpacks just have more stuff, Michael. So, you know, if you're an assistant, you'd have ammo for whoever you're assisting, so AT or machine gun stuff. Otherwise, just more gear, more grenades, more fun. Because, fun fact, you actually can't store a lot on, you know, certain chest rigs and just your uniform. All right, so you got X-Ray. You're hearing some suppressed shots going here. I also love Viralati. There's so many mushrooms on the ground. What a nice mushroom. Why am I wasting your time by showing you with my really shitty camera at work? I don't know. Why? Mushroom. Anyway. Oh, there's just a massive encirclement going on, and I'm not sure it's going to pay off for Blue 4 here. Because even with that, an encirclement is good when the lines are weak on the defender, like they have pushed out and they're not doing a defense right on the objective, they're going out in a wider perimeter. They have more gaps, and that's going to allow for Blue 4 to basically fold in to Op 4's lines as they try to pull out for a final defense, only to get caught out of position by Blue Force groups right on top of them that were able to bypass in certain areas. When Op 4 is fully congested on an area with this many forces, they barely will have enough to basically watch everything around that sector. So if Op 4 had maybe a half to a third, this encirclement would work out really well because the infantry there would just have too much to worry about. Yes, Boo? Yes, I would like my milkshake refrigerated. Thank you, Boo. She brought dinner.
This is going to be a hard AO for the Blue 4, though.
Oh, yeah. It certainly is with how Op 4 have deployed and Blue 4 have deployed. I've got to give Gordon credit. It is a good plan on paper, just fully separating your forces and putting them in positions where they can support each other. But in practice, it's not... Like, the AO of how Op 4 set up the defense is just not going to be too viable. Because the ratio here is Op 4 only needs a few guys to watch a single direction on a defensive line thin enough to hold the AO, and those guys can pretty much box in an entire squad. So man-to-man, number-to-number, Op 4 have more opportunities to kill more Blue 4 here than Blue 4 to Op 4 because they're all stretched out so much. It's tough. It's one of those things where it's a good idea. It might still be a very good idea. Op 4 might drop the ball, but it's just one of those things you gotta learn as you do it. And I'm even having trouble of explaining why this is still technically a bad idea. Now, Op 4, they are starting to branch out some forces more to the north. This could create an opening for X-Ray to bypass from the west, because we have this really big opening here. X-Ray as a CQC team actually would be a really good call because they have the suppressed guns.
18 months of Liru. Yay.
Nice, Storm. Thanks for the 18-month resub, my man. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. All right, looking at the roster here, opening things. So far, there have been no KIA, and I don't see any unconscious symbols. So Blue 4 slowly tying things in here. We've had 15 minutes of maneuvering after the 15-minute safe start. It could really, really go any way here. Now, as we close the CQC and we get to Op 4's defensive positions, we're going to see Blue 4 use more grenades thrown into buildings and some of these fortifications dug up. And that is where Blue 4 is going to have their advantage in the CQC. Cullis is down. Fred is down. Sweej, Bendel are down. So an even 2-2 trade for now, as both sides start to pick each other off. Cheers, we'll drink to that, bro.
What a fucking shot from Az.
Did he just snipe you?
He fucking tapped me as I was moving.
Nice.
Ooh, fucking nasty shot.
Yeah, keyholed you from the second story? Yeah, looks like the second story.
Oh, no, it was bottom.
Wow.
It was actually bottom. I fucking, I hate dying early.
Go over, I don't have anything. The quote-unquote hydrate is just glitched right now for whatever reason. So if I have Falcon in check, can you refund that? Appreciate it. I do like that Op 4 set up the PKT Vix around here, but Blue 4 starting to tie this noose. Op 4 is going to be surrounding. Also, yeah, explosive traps are going to be really, really useful here. I heard a satchel go off. Not sure where, though. So Op 4 is starting to pull their Vix around. They might try to get them online. Again, the one weakness with the PKT is you are literally stuck in this animation as the gun just moves with your brainwaves here. Thankfully, Blue 4 doesn't have the best shot lined up here. We're hearing AT firing into Blue 4 groups as they come in as well. I'm not seeing any damage really done from those shots. They got to be really direct because their AT rounds are not HE.
I'm actually going to end there. I will see you whenever, and Liru, I'll message you what I wanted to tell you about.
Righto, Dream. Have a good night.
Oh, you
See you.
Yep, so Blue 4 is now closing house to house here. Sholin, I think, just caught an Op4 guy out of position, and this is where the encircle strategy does work, because I thought Op4 was going to not move further than a few of these buildings I'm circling right now, just, you know, northwest of these hospital buildings, but they've gone a lot further out, so these are creating the gaps for Blue 4 players to come in and close this to CQC. So now we're going to have players like Bayant come in, throw grenades. Actually, no, I think that was Az and Malin throwing a grenade down. And Bay, I think, immediately heard the little clicking of that grenade's pin being pulled.
I just want to point out, look at how big.
Huh?
I want to point out, look how Bay moves.
Did you just caster curse Bay?
I think I did. But
He's just...
Bay, he moves like really intelligent when he moves.
And that's why.
Yeah, he totally moves intelligently, Maz. He just got blown up by an explosive.
Look, alright, that was a one-off.
Yeah.
That
How
was
does it
just-
feel to caster curse someone, Maz?
I don't know what you're talking about. See, Bay's doing stuff. Look at him, he's going. He's moving.
Yeah. How does your first caster curse feel, Maz? Oh, I just watched an Op4 guy on a rooftop get GL'd. Oh, that was brutal. I can't believe we just did that to Bay. Out of everyone. Pete running up to a building with his handgun out, and Seasmo just bitch slaps him back for that one.
But my point was, is Bay moves really smart. And that's
Yeah,
why
oh
he
yeah.
can do this.
Oh, totally. Yeah, no, I 100% agree with you. Yep. That's why he's dead, right?
That was just unlucky.
I know what you mean. No, normally he does move very, very intelligently. Usually kind of going in a zigzag formation. Not a true serpentine, but he makes sure to lessen his avenues of fire where he can, which is why he is one of, if not the best rated player with an FNF. But yeah, Maz decided to cast a curse instead. Anyway, Yanni took a shot. He is unconscious. Now you got Blue 4 again getting right on top of this line here. Lolo might find a shot on the PKT gunner, but he sees that door open, or does he? Nope, he opened it slightly and gets the headshot, and that makes the body just disappear because the Vodnik is perfectly scripted and has 0 bugs. But yeah, now you're having Blue 4 starting to flank other positions here. Is it a cache or a sector? It's a cache.
It's in the brick house.
Yep. You can click on Op4, and you can go to their first and third person view and open your map, and it'll show you on the map where they are. Fun fact.
Lurch throwing a really good demo card. He's about to get 3 kills here.
And he got himself.
Yeah,
Wow.
I've been noticing the range on these are kind of weird.
Wow.
You might have seen me last week nearly kill my team. And I was like 15 yards away in it.
Well, he wakes back up and Maz. Did you just cast or curse Lurch too?
No, he's alive. He's right there.
He is, but he wasn't for a hot second
Hey, he
there.
got 2 kills with that, alright?
Okay.
He would have got 3 if someone else didn't shoot the other guy.
Okay. Maz, I think you're abusing your power here a little bit with the caster cursing. Here, tell me someone else to watch real quick.
You're doing such a good job streaming.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Who should I follow right here?
Yanni.
Yanni?
Yeah,
All right.
Yanni's in a good position.
Yanni's in a good position, you're right. He's up in this, oh, he's healing right now. I mean, what are the odds?
Here he goes.
Yeah, he's fine. No, you're right. Yanni's in a pretty good position. He's overwatching. There's a little bit of smoke in the way. Yeah, Maz? Yeah? Who else should we follow, Maz?
Check out Nemesis.
Nemesis? Okay. Nemesis, he's in,
I came in here.
he's in this building.
Like a curse joke. Like I was just gonna say someone's name.
Yeah?
Stop talking, Mads. Stop talking.
Yeah, okay, so
Check out Dream. Check out Dream.
Dream's already dead, so you already got that one there, buddy.
Can you not cast me in advance, please?
I swear.
Hey, next time Dream plays, check him out.
Please don't.
He does some pretty cool stuff.
No, like,
So I will say,
almost everyone on Op 4 is dead.
COLR is looking pretty good right now.
What?
I'm trying to cast. Yeah.
You're not actually in the Op, though.
I'm looking at your stream.
No, then you're just caster sniping. There's a difference.
I'm not. I was gonna boot up the game.
So
then,
does it
but no.
work in reverse too? What if I say someone's gonna do bad?
Yeah, does that mean
You
they
know,
can
you
just
never
do great?
know.
I think Gordon's gonna not kill Iander right now.
We're gonna left side.
Goodbye.
Granada.
Oh, he's not dead yet.
No, he's not. But you told me to look at Iander, right?
No, I told you to look at Gordon. He's not gonna get Iander, is what I said.
Ah. Well, another Blue 4 guy just died to Iander. Iander, use RPG. That's not RPG. That's door open and fall over dead. It wasn't very effective. Oh, that's a grenade. Oh dear. Well, it somehow went downstairs. Iander, use RPG. Iander, there's a grenade. Oh no, Iander. Well, it wasn't very effective.
No, Gordon didn't get the kill, so it doesn't count.
Okay. Nemesis is, Uh-oh.
Not Nemesis? Not Nemesis, Liru?
Let's caster curse everyone today! Yay!
You're really good right now.
Oh my god, look at Resent! He's just killing everyone in the— oh, that's a cache. I was making a joke of he's pre-firing the corners, but no, he's found the cache. Alright, cool. Blue 4 still have to go to the other one.
I already sent X-Ray on a suicide mission to it.
Bro, I want him to make it. You got some Blue 4 intermediary with Red 4 right now as well in the middle areas. Oh, Whiplash died. Damn. Alright, well, let's go ahead and look at the little small scale over here. Olaf. Olaf, turn around. There's the objective 2. Tackleberry turns around. Oh dear. G-Legs is down. Tackleberry, take a left. Yeah, oh, he just did the double tap and he saw Olaf. Oh, fuck.
21 blue.
Wow, Tackle, that's a pretty powerful suppressor you have right there. Damn. I'm not familiar with that one.
It's
That was
15 red
quiet.
4, 15 red 4 versus 21 blue 4.
Where'd the sound go? What sound? There's no sound here. I know it is a bug. It's a fun bug, but... Hey, look, it's Rory! Ah, Rory's fine. Rory wouldn't put his head out on a suppressed window, right? No, he does the smart thing. Or she, I don't know. And prones and crawls out, avoiding gunfire. What's the Kazak doing? The Kazak is killing people. All right. Double tap him. Oh my god, Resent just doesn't care. Resent just wants to hold the damn trigger down. Rory's dead. What's the Kazak doing? Jesus. Oh, Resent, no! Watch your fields of fire, people! 'Cause otherwise bad things happen.
2-man X-ray team going on like a Splinter Cell mission right now.
Alright, well, one of them is suppressed, and one of them shy. So they're going to probably die. Okay. Oh, up for, accidentally shot their rifles there. And, GL goes over. Way over. Another GL goes in. That one goes over Shy's head. Some bullets hit Shy. Not in the head, though, otherwise he'd be dead.
Alright, I think
You
we can
demand-
call it Liru.
Huh?
Let's give him a
I'm gonna call it. I'll see you, man.
Alright, see him as. Fives, I cannot refund you due to witchcraft. I can't control what Maz says. He is his own person, so if he wants to cast or curse people, I can't do anything about it. Sorry to say. All right, it's up to Mackenzie and Shy, and they've got 5 hungry Op4 people behind them, and Blue 4 is going to take their sweet time. Maybe they'll mount up in a Vodnik. But all right now it's 2v7 with 5 additional on the way. Shy's going to have to be very, very not shy to win this one. He repositions. Mackenzie, meanwhile, on the far right, he's watching the rear. He's got that suppressed M14. You can tell because he's taped a plastic bottle to the front, which makes his gun quiet. Allie, under threat here. Unfortunately, Raposo cannot... Oh, wait, that's Mackenzie. Oh, because I had the name locked up in the bad way. Mackenzie still going for the headshot. His gun goes click. And Al here just, he's vibing. He doesn't know where he got shot from. He's looking around going, he's Skyrim guarding. Yes, must have been my imagination. Meanwhile, Mackenzie finds out that those 5 people that were coming for him are actually real, but before that thought can go through his brain, he is now taking a nap. He's got his hat down, which means he is going to sleep. Shy now running as he takes fire from the rear as well, takes more shots, tries to return fire. Shy, frag grenade. Shy, Granada. Swola Granada. It goes in a tree. Nice. Shy is now running for his life because he's very shy. More grenades going out. Newton finding an angle on Shy, who runs into a pine tree here to hide. And the running continues. GL on his previous position, but Shy is able to get away. Oh, now he's on fire from Raposo. Raposo, let down your hot lead. What are you doing? With your handgun. This ain't Call of Duty, Shy. You are in real danger and you just got shot multiple times in the chest. I honestly think Wheaton got that kill. Swola is up a kill. How many is Wheaton on? If he's on 0, then I'll know. Yeah, it's hard to say. Anyway, guys, that's not GG because Blue 4's still coming, but 2 people died. Look at that. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. But no one expects the surprise armed Vodnik. Curse this round? Like, is that 6? Is that 7? Is that 7? Am I gonna make Blue 4 lose the caster cursing now? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. Wow. You even pre-typed it too because you knew it was coming. Oh, Jesus. I have money on this round. I'm rigging the match, guys. Jesus. Wow, Coco getting a great long range shot on that shooter back there. Great marksmanship. And we got the rest of Blue 4 moving in. I mean, this could still go either way. Guys. Which side should I be caster cursing here? Tell me Blue 4 or Op 4 right now. I'll let you know. Who should we start caster cursing, guys? Come on. Which side? Blue 4 or Op 4? We'll keep going. Both. Ah, a lot of boths there, too. Well, it looked like Blue 4 originally. Now it's down to a little even on Op 4. Oh, a little more Op 4 rounds. All right. Okay. Blue 4, I have armed drones. Curse in 4. In 4 is Op 4, right? Not Green 4? I think in 4 is Op 4, yeah. Or I thought in is standing for independent for Green 4. Are you saying that because you're green, Neko? That'd be funny. Let's caster curse the civs. Let me just caster curse myself then. How am I doing? All of a sudden the stream cuts out. I'm not gonna lie, I just knocked on wood. I don't trust it. What the Tackleberry doing? I think he ducked in time. All right, you know what? Let's just do normal casting and whatever happens, happens. We got Banks right over here. Arcane's pushed up. Little ahead of him. Banks prone right now. He's focusing on the northern side because he doesn't realize Blue 4 is coming around on this side as well. What the Riper doing? Oh, it found Banks. Banks is in danger. Banks is dead. Well then. Don't you find it interesting how I keep finding all the people that seem to get shot here? It's going well, Green. We will talk about that a little later because I will be doing a stream where I built the greenhouse. It's going to be so fun. What the Tilsitter doing? He's going prone. Okay, so he's got cover right here from Swola. He should be fine. We got Tackleberry running around, though. Anyway. No, I'm not open micing. Don't worry. Don't worry. Going to bed before 9 a.m. Yeah, fair. Entirely fair. All right, so Op 4, they still have this nice defensive garrison up here of 3 guys. They basically climbed on from another position, which I'm struggling to find. I think they actually, yeah, climbed up from right here. That's not bad. Look, guys. Anyone can die any matter of ways. 15 minutes of 15-minute warning going down. I think this will be over in maybe 5, 10 at the most. What the Arcane doing? Okay, you know what? You're right. I should stop because I'm only doing it to Blue 4 at this point. We have to keep it even. We have to keep it even. Or I should just outright stop. It's good. I mean, it's not like Blue 4 is going to start randomly getting their asses kicked in every single direction, right? I mean, hell, Arcane just got a kill right there. Oh, he's got the suppressed gun. Oh! Oh, Blue 4 found the camp. Oh, well, GG. Arcane found the objective. And won. What the objective do? Alright guys, we'll be back in 2 hours. I have to go eat dinner because otherwise Bloodwing will literally kill me with her tits. Thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. We'll be back in a little under 2 hours for the NA branch. Otherwise, cheers. Have a good one. Maybe I'll see you for DayZ afterwards.